Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the final round commentary of these middle school championships taking place here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Women's Grandmaster Sabina Foisor, joined by my fabulous co-host, FIDE Master Gauri Shankar. We are very excited to call the action for this last round. Let us get you directly into the standings.
Yes, absolutely. The games have already started. There's a 10-15 minute delay, so that's why we're starting a little bit later. But the moves are coming in now. In the championship section, we don't have any perfect scores
anymore. Game before we went off.
We called a very tough end game between Eric, Liu, and Nikash Wimpala. So they're co-leading right now with 5.5 out of 6. However, they're trailed by several people with 5 points.
Yes.
So it's going to be tough. There might be a lot of co-champions this section.
That's true. However, both of them, Eric and Nikash, are playing with the white pieces, going into the final round. So that could be putting a bit more pressure on them trying to win, or it could just be a benefit. We'll have to wait and see, of course.
Yes. So we will definitely take a look at both their games, keep an eye on their games. Let's also take a look at the other sections. So we have K through 8 under 1700 section.
And we have five players with 5 points, but it's not perfect score because it's out of 6.
Yes, so that's actually surprising. We have a lot of co-leaders here. And in the under 1400 section, you have 2 players similar to the championship section with 5.5.
But they're playing each other, so that's definitely
awesome
game
Exciting.
to look at.
And under 1100, we have 4 people with 5.5 out of 6. And the 900 section, we have 1 person with 6 out of 6.
And 1 with 5.5.
Yeah,
so
okay.
one of those players could be the champion.
And then 700.
I mean, will be for sure, actually.
3 players. Okay. So let's just jump right into the games then, because we have moves. So
we have moves.
Here we go. The first game we're going to look at is Eric Liu's game. He's playing Isaac. So Isaac has 5 points.
Yes.
And Eric has 5.5.
Yes.
And the next board, we have Nikash with 5.5, playing Neeraj with also 5 points. Yes. All right, so let's take a look at the first game. We have Eric essaying e4. And we have a Sicilian defense with e6. Okay. And d4. So open Sicilian. I believe this is called the Khan variation of the Sicilian defense.
Yes.
Okay. And bishop d3, knight c6, knight c6, dc6. Wow. dc6. I think I've seen bc6 and d5 before. This is looking less like a Sicilian now because the pawn has, went back to c6, it feels like. So maybe more of a Scandinavian Carol Khan vibes here, right?
True. Actually, I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
Is Black trying to play for a draw, you think?
This is more ambitious to play with the B pawn, obviously. So yeah, White has a slight edge because White has more space. Already a bishop has been developed. It is White's turn. And these moves aren't so inspiring, right? The pawn position on a6, c6, and e6. And one thing we should point out with this structure, particularly if they don't change, this bishop is bad and this bishop is good, right?
Indeed, yes.
So Black should probably alter the structure somehow, maybe get an e5 to fix some of the stuff. But yeah, White looks like, has a pleasant position. It's their turn. I'm assuming that they're going to castle. Seems like a reasonable move here, right? Or developing. I think I would just castle and decide where to put the knight and bishop, and the rest of the pieces, depending on what Black does. So you make the move that you have to play, and then you be flexible, get more information from the opponent, right?
But what do you think if Black is going to play e5? Do you think you should try to go e5 yourself here with White?
Wow, that's very ambitious. Yeah, trying to block the move e5.
But I don't know if Queen d5 might win something, so...
Usually when you play like e5 and you don't castle and you make another pawn move, it is risky. So that could be one refutation, if I can say it's a refutation to e5. That's a good spot there, Sabina. I don't think you can protect both, right?
So my idea was to go like e5 if queen d5, queen e2.
You're gonna
And
sacrifice
you
the pawn.
Yes, but I don't think you can take it because your queen will be kind of trapped. So queen e2, queen takes g2. Then we got bishop
Bishop
e4
E4.
coming in.
That's nice.
Queen h3 only move. And then maybe we could just continue in that
You have compensation
gambit
here, right?
style. Yeah, knight
But
c3.
we forgot something basic.
What?
Queen a5 check.
Oh, queen a5 directly works?
Yeah.
Oh, oopsie.
Yeah.
Oopsie, that's a typical Sicilian
it's
idea.
like-
I can't believe it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, why go queen d5, queen e5? And
Yeah.
Go queen a5, queen e5. No tricks. I mean, we can develop our pieces, but it's not, we don't have the same exact.
Okay, but if white
tricks as
cannot
before.
play e5, then
Yeah, castle. Get
e5,
your king
black will
saved.
play e5 though. And it's
Yeah,
equal.
but we can't stop everything. We can't have everything, right?
Yeah, but I think it's okay.
A4 play though. That is a bit curious. I don't know why the
A5?
rush with A4. I would castle.
I like a4 actually.
You like A4? I don't like A4 as much because
with the idea
castle makes
a5,
sense.
bishop e3, get the b6 square.
Right, but again, you have to cancel at some point. So
I
why
know.
not do it now?
Because he's gonna go e5. He wants to
How
get
does-
something.
But A4 doesn't prevent E5, right?
Yeah, but after e5, I have bishop e3. At least I get your b6 square. You know.
But usually there's always a drawback. You know, when you don't castle, there's always some drawback in the position.
Well, I'm thinking maybe he wanted a4 in case black is thinking to go bishop c5 to take control over that diagonal. Then we go e5 because now you don't have the check anymore. Since we figured out that was actually a threat.
Sorry, what's the point again?
If you go bishop c5 to avoid bishop e3, because you think that's the best diagonal for the bishop, I think now he might consider going a5.
To get this
No,
pawns.
E.
E5. Ah, excuse me. No more check.
No more check at the least, but maybe there's some other things going on here.
I mean, maybe queen d5 now is possible. Because in the line
Because
that
then
you
you'll have
said-
bishop takes f2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's a weird line here. But apparently it doesn't work because king
d1?
D1
1?
and this is actually not working.
Oh, it's not working.
Wow.
Okay, so is there something different then? For black?
Maybe just move the queen.
Oh, h3 was the only
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, it's white is good here. But again, I don't think e5 is like because e5 we don't need to prevent this move.
Well, we do because the bishop in c8, we want to play against that
e5,
bishop.
okay,
you
e5.
see?
But I'm saying that you can play e5. We don't need to prevent anything on this idea. It's not a big deal, I don't think.
I think it is because
You think it's a big
white
deal?
will get the d file. I mean, in these symmetrical positions, you can only play to one kind of advantage, and that would be a file.
So, but a4 I mean, again, this is bishop b4 check. For example,
C3.
let's just play normal chess.
Okay.
Okay, knight f6.
Okay,
What are you gonna do now?
maybe f3.
Okay, f3. Okay, I'm gonna develop my bishop somewhere. Somewhere in no. Okay, whatever. Bishop d6. If you play a5, I can check you, right?
Yeah.
Again, that's why you got a castle.
Okay, I'll castle now. I'm ready now to castle.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know why we couldn't castle earlier then, right? What's the big deal?
Well, you're testing. You're testing the word.
Testing-
You're playing
testing the
more.
waters.
You know,
Yeah,
just
but
giving him
again,
some
but this
chances.
also gives white additional options. For example, there might be an f4, right? Maybe it's risky, but that's a possibility. It's risky though, but it's a possibility. Want to play it, but in general, I would try to play on the queen side here. And, okay, a lot of options here. A4 is played, and black is thinking right now. Let's go to board 2.
We got a request for board 19.
Oh, hello, Matt. Yeah, absolutely. Board 19. So that would be what section? Under 900.
Under 900.
Aryansh Tripathi versus Olga Pearson. And I'm going to start from the very beginning. This is the final
Wait,
round,
wait,
so
wait,
it's
wait.
exciting stuff.
No, that's
It's
not
board 19?
Yeah, board 19. But wait, that's
Oh, so there's board 19 for us, and there's board 19 on
No.
each section. Or is it? So actually,
Well, it's
Matt,
not
can you
that.
confirm the names of the players that you wanted to
yeah.
check?
They switched. They switched them, I guess.
Uh-huh.
This is under 1100. I guess we have to check exactly. What
Yeah, we'll wait
section
for
it
Matt,
is.
I guess. In the meantime, I guess we could still look at this game while we're at it.
Sure.
Yeah. So we in the under
1100
section,
board.
board 1, and they're playing their leaders.
Yeah, they're leaders, and there are leaders on second board as well.
Got it. Okay, so we have queen pawn opening and c5. Okay, that's kind of a Benoni Benko gambit move. e3, so usually they play d5. e3 is very safe, but it's very reasonable. d5. Ambitious. So the engine gives a question mark. I know that this move, or you can play like cd4. This move was given a question mark, and I think I know why.
C takes d5.
C takes d5, and if knight takes d5,
now you can go e4.
I thought e4 was the idea, and then you get to kick the knights out or kick them around, right?
Yeah, but
why was the eval bar saying plus 0.25? Is it because of dc5? That seems excessive, right? Plus 0.25? 2.5 is excessive. So early in the game. That is quite strange. It's hard to believe that there's a +2 move here. I mean, unless it's to take a pawn.
But then there's e5.
Yeah, there's...
maybe
that's hard to believe on board 19. Very strange. Yeah, it's cd5, but I don't trust the engine. Knight d5, e4. But this engine is kind of strange with the eval bars. Misleading. Almost want to turn it off. Okay, so...
Yeah, it gives a plus 2 point. That's quite a bit.
It's pretty good though. Yeah, knight goes back and you play d5. But looks like white didn't play that. White played h3. Such a slow move when there's so many things to do in the center, right? To take over the center. f5. We saw this in the previous... Remember one of the other sections when there's these 4 pawns like aiming at each other? You should take action. It's very rare that, you keep it for too long. Somebody's gonna take some action, and usually the first person to take action gets the benefit, especially because these pawns have no support for e6. So white is not really trying to take advantage there. And at some point, black will take advantage of this. We're not seeing that yet. Out, for example, cd4 is very normal here. And then e takes d4, then dc4. And this isolated pawn structure is considered to be slightly inconvenient for white because the pawn is just vulnerable and it's just a target. And the queen is a target too. And you can't get rid of it with d5 because it's ample control over d5. So I think black is missing the opportunity to clarify the center on their terms here. Okay, so we have a few more moves, and finally white is the one that pulls the trigger here. And now white should definitely take with the same thing, right? Give the IQP, or isolated queen's pawn, to black, and we have a clear target here.
Just that the bishop in c1 is
not... I think the bishop might go to b2.
Yeah, maybe a3, try a3, b4 first, maybe.
a3 is possible, but it's not like completely necessary.
b3 is fine.
And white is slightly better here. Because black doesn't have the bishop to attack the queen, and as you know, this is not such a great position because there's no clear way for black to kind of attack our king. Right, so unfortunately, looks like white didn't do that. White played bishop d2. I wonder if c4 is possible here. It's a good move, I think, c4.
Yeah, just keeps the bishop restricted.
Also, now no more dc5, and black gets to play for this b5 move. There's knight b4, knight d3. So this is like a free space advantage for black with tempo, which was not played by black. Rook e8. Now white has another opportunity to take on c5 again, which white did not do. And black has another opportunity to play c4, which black may or may not do. We'll see, I guess.
We'll see.
So definitely this is a positional play. And we can see that in this rating level, the 1000 rating level, they're still learning the art of the pawn play here. Pawn structures, right?
Yes.
Okay, bishop d6. Yeah, we still haven't... black is not taking advantage of that, so white should take here. Okay, so this is... flipping back and forth between
now definitely white should take. I think they're winning. Are they winning a pawn now?
That's a good question because takes. The bishop is, after rook c1, the bishop is now kind of hanging. So we can try to sacrifice the knight for the pawn. And then there's a tactic here. White is winning one pawn, it seems like, right? Because if you take, I trade the queens off and comfortably up a pawn in the endgame, cannot complain. So that's probably what should happen. And I think DC5 is played, by the way. White, I think it's funny. White played it because of the tactical reason,
Yeah.
but didn't play for the positional reason, right? They saw that this aligns tactically with the positional.
Well, maybe they learned that it's important to
Yeah.
keep the tensions and only take whenever.
It's also funny because the good positional moves actually give you more tactics. So it's a roundabout way of finding the. So I remember when I was a kid, I think I would find like a good positional move, but it was because like the knight going to the center attacked their queen or something, and
Yeah.
I'm like, then suddenly, oh, my knight's in the center is really good. I didn't really know that, but like it just happens to be good. So it kind of that's how you kind of learn it. But once you decipher why it's good, then you can do it the other way around too, where
That's
you
true, yeah.
get the good positional and then the tactics come later, because all the time the tactics may not come. So it's kind of funny that I think White found this tactic. I'm pretty sure this is coming, but they only wanted to find it after Rook C1.
Yeah, it makes
Which is,
sense. It makes some sense. Let's go to board 2 in
Okay.
the championship section. Because
Absolutely.
that's another important
Yeah,
game.
these two games important. So if White wins this game, White becomes at least co-champion, and same for Eric's game. White wins, at least co-champion, and that was it. So these two games are. I think that it's very unlikely that they will. Both of the leaders will
Draw.
draw or lose. I think it's
Well,
likely
the
that one
draw,
of them
they
is
can-
going to win
they
the
can-
games.
They can be caught up by some of the other players as well.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's look at board 2 real quickly. Looks like Nikash played C4, the English opening. We haven't seen this English opening
At all.
at this tournament at all.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like I used to play this when I was a kid. Actually, my first
me too.
coach taught me this opening, English opening, and I really had really good results with it. I would play C4 and then G3, Bishop G2, and
Knight
then
F3 and
I would go
D4?
E3 and Knight C3 like this, kind of a
okay.
different setup. It's a good setup. Let's see how White plays this.
I would do that with black. I would get that
Yeah,
set
yeah,
up
yeah.
with black against
C4
whites.
Most people at in that time played E5 against me, so C5 is not as common. So now E3 92 doesn't make as much sense. Looks like White is going for the Botvinnik system, which is the also called the Iron English, which means I don't know why it's called the Iron English. Maybe because it
I never heard that. This
solid.
is the first time I
it's,
hear.
yeah, somebody called it Iron
Okay.
English.
Okay.
I think the point is that you're building like this iron grip on D5.
Okay.
So black can't really attack us, right? And okay, knight goes here because you don't want to block your bishop. Keep an eye on this square. I think the plan is usually to just play d3 and castle, and maybe to go for f4 or go for d4 later or a3 b4. I'm not really sure. I think white's kind of deciding what to do afterwards,
It
right?
depends also how black sets up their pieces. If they get the knight in d4, because there are these typical ideas for black.
Yes.
Knight e8, c7, e6 to come for the outpost in
Yes,
d4.
actually, I know this one. The best move for black here, I think, is bishop g4. If h3, then bishop takes knight.
Yes.
Queen takes knight, and now we do that knight maneuver. So here we can play actually knight d7 because we won the square, right? The problem, so the theory goes, I believe f3 and now bishop d7. You might be asking me, why did we just play bishop here, bishop here? Well, f3 is not a good move for white, and they may not want to play f4 because f4 opens up their king. So this one investment of tempo is actually worth it for black to do this.
Yeah, and if white will play f4 now, then yeah, bishop e3, then f4.
f4, I might go back.
Yeah, or knight
Yeah.
g4 as well.
Yeah. So bishop g4 is what I play as black. I would play. Rook b8 is completely fine. It's fine. But maybe this gives some time to play h3, which has been played actually, h3. So the reason is that this bishop doesn't have a home, a good home. So might as well chop it off for this knight. Because black has less space. You see, black has only had one pawn on the fifth, their fourth rank. So, you know, you want to get rid of at least one minor piece so that when you play knight d7, you're already kind of free. You know, your knight has squares to go to, your rooks are connecting more. In general, this is a much better, easier position to play, right? So yeah, that's why bishop g4 was an opportunity. I think they should have played it. h3 played now no longer is possible, but okay. There's multiple ways to play this position. a4, iron English, right? Iron grip on. So black wants to break out. Give me some space. And white's saying, no, I'm not going to give you space. You can only push your pawn 1, which is not fun. It's not so bad, but at least it's not giving that attack. So white wants to keep the game kind of locked in, take their sweet time.
Yeah, but by playing a4, he also stops his plans with b4 because
white
those are
stops their
typical
plans.
ideas.
I think white wants to play for d4 at some point.
It's gonna be kind of tough.
So here and
to
here,
get that.
it's coming.
Yeah, but usually when you play bishop e3,
It's knight d4, right?
Yeah, just goes knight.
So but that's why knight e8 is played, by the way. Knight d7, I think it blocks the bishop. Maybe knight e8 has more ideas because they can go knight c7 and like this. So knights, unfortunately, can't do that, right? And it takes a long time for a knight to move 2 squares diagonally, right? So you have to take this investment, but it's possible because it's such a close position that nothing is really happening. So there's time for this maneuver. That's why he's playing it. And now the thing is, though, after bishop e3, white could play d4. And Sabina, you're saying that black should play this, right?
Yeah, that's typically what is
But
played.
black doesn't play this, and now white can actually have a chance. So should black have played knight d4? Maybe you're right? Because this would be blocking the idea, and you can't take with the knight because of the fork. And bishop takes, this is your good bishop. If you take, this is a kind of a thorn in position, and the knight has to go somewhere bad. So I think that was the move. Maybe white can play around the knight, right? Possibly. Queen, but queen d2, there's knight b3. Already tactics are happening. I don't know why didn't white do this? Or this, there might be an idea rook b1 b4.
Maybe he doesn't mind that setup.
But maybe there's an idea to undermine this pawn.
I think. Okay, so still, knights. He doesn't have time. Usually that is met with b6.
Okay.
But okay, here I don't know if it matters. Maybe we can just play knight e6 instead.
This move, okay. But it's tense position. Like black has one knight, but white is already starting to expand a little bit. I don't know. This bishop being here is not making me happy here. So this might have been white's plan. But black plays knight c7. Doesn't occupy this position, so it does prevent b4. But question is, will white play d4 here to kind of get rid of that backward pawn and get more space?
I think that move needs to be
makes a lot of
played.
sense.
Yeah.
d4. And you know what this position reminds me of? Sicilian dragon, accelerated dragon, right? Takes.
With the bishop in g2, which is actually pretty good for white, because usually you have it in e2. So it's like Fischer was playing these kind of lines with the fianchetto.
Yeah, so I think d4 is the right move here, and white might have a slight edge because of the space here, but it's very playable for black. I wonder if the move is knight e6 here. Just trying to initiate more trades, right? And then does white decline the trade now?
Yeah, I'm going back.
Do you go knight e2?
e2.
Because knight c2, there's some bishop c3 because it's kind of a weird move, but you never know. There's this weird move, and now you have all these
This is quite a
opponents.
typical idea, actually.
But it's risky too. It's risky. Or you can play it later as well, right?
Yeah.
You can play it later. So knight e6 is possible. We might see something like this. And d4 on the board, by the way. Okay, so black might regret not playing knight d4. I think black really should regret not playing bishop g4. Because I just like this move so much. Okay.
We have another request for board 17.
Yeah, can you please confirm the name?
Yeah, I think it's Tanya's game, if I'm not mistaken.
Hi, Noir. Noir likes my jacket. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, casual player.
Yeah, okay.
All right. It's Tanya, right? We saw her game earlier. She wasn't able to...
Yes. I think they drew, right? So let's look at the standings on 17, which is under 1400 section.
But I'm having some trouble to...
Sorry, is it 1400 section?
Yeah, it was under...
17.
What is wrong with this?
Okay, one second.
No, it was under 17 as board 2.
17?
They changed.
Oh, they changed the board number. Excuse me, yeah. So there's some differences.
Board 7, there's some issue with the board 7.
Gotcha. So this is the section of under 1700.
Yes.
And Tanya is 5 out of 6. So there's a bunch of players with 5 out of 6, correct?
Yes.
4 players, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at this game.
5 players with 5 out of
Got
6.
Got it. So
And so Tanya had the chances to convert this morning because she had the 2 pawns
she
up.
was winning in
position.
the morning, but she had a draw because she had like 1 minute left, and the opponent I think repeated moves allowed the repetition. So let's look at this game. So we have a Carol Khan, my favorite. I play this with black all the time since I was a kid, and it's very popular now because a lot of famous people are playing it. And Bishop D3. So we have an exchange Caro. Bishop D3. So
Panov is pretty popular, I think.
Panov is
C4.
not as popular as Bishop D3, right? This is like the classic. So the main idea in this variation for white is that this bishop wants to come out to G4 or F5, but white wants to prevent the bishop from going to any of those squares. So Bishop D3 is the start of that. And so white will not even play knight F3. So after E, and actually this is funny, black plays E6, which is a bad move because black's not even trying to play bishop G4.
Yeah.
So normally you'd play knight F6 or knight C6 because you want to keep the option open. So I had games where, white plays this, bishop G4. And if white really wants to stop us from playing it, at least they'll play H3. So at least they had to spend 1 move to, stop it. And now a lot of theory goes G6 and then bishop F5, which is really kind of crazy.
Yeah, actually I had a game
And
like
the
this
structure is
recently
very
and
crazy.
I lost quite badly.
Yeah, with the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's not everyone's taste, right? So after H3, you know what you could play? E5
Yes.
to open the center.
There's
because
a course on this.
This is actually playable, but also this might not be to everyone's taste. But E5 is fine. E5 is fine. So that's how the theory goes, E5 or G6. So E6 is kind of showing me that black... Oh, maybe black has prepared this, because I see a setup for black that they're playing. Bishop D6 and knight E7. Okay, so maybe black knows what they're doing, because usually black players who are inexperienced, they play like knight F6 and then knight C6, and they play bishop D6. And what they're trying to do is to play E5. But then you know what white plays, right? Just rook E1,
queen
castle,
E2.
and queen E2. So what happens is you can never play E5, which means your bishop is stuck. And then when you start to do this, you can play knight E5, right? And then your knight is like a monster on E5. And what happens sometimes is they take, but then the knight has to go away, which means that now the H7 pawn is vulnerable, right? So then F4 or bishop F4, I don't know which, maybe F4, right? Yeah.
Or maybe
or
queen
bishop
H5 first.
H5,
Just to try.
G6, yeah. Yeah, there are multiple moves here. So this is not good for black. I remember I prepared some students and they had this position and white won. So like that was good. So black kind of foresees this. And instead of playing knight F6, knight E7 is played. A very interesting setup. I have done this setup with the white side in a similar structure, but my bishop was on G5.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing white. I had time to do that. So we have a very interesting position. The point of this is to do have F6 idea on tap against the E5 square, because this is a very important square, right? It's slightly different because white is tempo up, because in this structure usually black this happens with white side in the queen's gambit, right? So I don't know. I can't castle because H7 is hanging, but maybe black has tricks with the rook C8, knight B4 idea. So queen C2 has its pros, but the con of queen C2 is that it's when the rook goes to C8.
We can go queen E2.
Yeah, but then you waste a move with the queen, right?
True.
So this is one of those moves that looks good immediately, but down the road it's bad, right? So deep strategy wise, queen C2, it's actually bad. And black is trying to take advantage of it now with rook c8, and knight b4 is a nice little trick because this bishop is white's biggest asset in the position, because that's the good bishop. That's not not a really good asset. So this would be nice. So maybe white will play a3, because sometimes you have to you don't want to admit your mistake, kind of, right? And you play a3, and a3 is not a bad move, but it's something to watch out for. A3 might lead to more minority attacks, right? Like this stuff or knight a5 stuff. So I'm actually interested to see how the game would proceed. Knight b2 played, and now I'm guessing rook c8 would be the next move, and then a3 is going to be the next move, is my guess.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think that's
black might not castle, and black might start minority attack. If black really wants to castle, by the way, they could play h6.
Yeah, but that will allow some sacrifices at some point.
Maybe. But I think it's it looks like a very solid position for black, right? Nothing major problems here. Okay. Also, I wonder if knight g6 and castle.
There will be problems with the castling. Because knight g6, h4, h5, no?
Yeah, so I think I'll just develop the queen side first. Casual player says, from the white side, I want to play a3, b4. I would not want to play... I don't know if it's for this game.
No. I think it's...
Different game, right? Okay. So make sure. Maybe it's a different a3, b4. For Tanya's game. Do you mean for black?
Yeah, maybe he means for...
Okay, you're saying this. Yeah, exactly. You want to push this. It's called a minority attack because 2 pawns attacking 4.
No, he means something else.
pawns.
Maybe he just means c4. I'm confused. I'm not sure when those moves don't really...
Or does he mean this
It's
and
for
knight
white?
b3? I wouldn't play here because it seems to me that the open file and the bishops here gives black the queen side more. The black is more prepared to play on the queen side. So I would be very careful playing moves like b4 and stuff. You're not
Yeah.
ready for that right now.
Even
especially
a3 sometimes is a helpful move.
the
Like
queen's
sometimes you
assembly.
don't want to touch anything on the queen side.
Okay, so Tanya's doing well, equalish position. We'll see. Okay, so let us move to a different game.
Yeah, I actually wanted
Okay.
to go to board 4 in the championship section.
All right,
We have Rohan Lee against Megan Paragua.
all right. I see a double question mark, but we'll get to there.
It seemed like a very interesting position, and the king is in f2, so I wanted to see how
All right,
do we
let's
get
do
the
it.
king in f2. In
So
a
they're
Sicilian.
not leaders, but they still have a shot if because technically the 5.5 out of 6 Eric and Nikash could mess up somehow or draw their game. So the 5-pointers have a chance, and there are a bunch of them. So let's see this game. We have another open Sicilian, and I think it's called the 4 Knights Sicilian, which makes sense considering there are 4 knights. Knight takes c6. E5. Wow, this is one of the sharpest variations. This opening is like a memory contest because I remember
I used to play it with black.
you did.
Yeah.
Do you remember everything?
One time I played the wrong move order and I lost a piece in like 13 moves.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
very sad
Wow.
because I spent a lot of time preparing in the morning and I just confused the move order.
Yeah.
And it mattered. I didn't think it did at the time. The computers were not good
Hmm.
to analyze, so I analyzed on my own, and it didn't really work very well.
Yeah. So
for
let me
me.
explain this opening to the audience. So it's 4 knights. The problem with this move, what White's trying to do here is that since Black did not control the center too much, takes e5, trying to kick the knight out, get control over the center more. Knight goes to d5 because that's the most active square. Knight e4. Now the knight on d5 is actually not that secure. c4 is coming, and now you can see these holes in the position. So the only drawback to this position for White is that the e4 pawn is a little bit loose and the king is a bit open. And Black will take advantage of both these things. Queen c7, and now f4, which further weakens the diagonal. So Black got what they wanted. And now Black's playing queen b6. Why queen b6? It controls the diagonal. It prepares against c4. We'll see why. Check. Now, if you play bishop d2, this queen e3 check. I think that's the problem. Wow, right?
Yeah.
So Black is positionally really bad. Bishop is bad. Center is bad. But Black is trying to trick White with some tactical play here. And this looks really scary for White. But the computers say that the best move is to go king e2. And when I show this to my student, he's like, I don't want to play this with Whites. But I don't want to play this with Black either. So I don't want to play either color. Because like it looks so irrational. Like, why is my king on a2? Why is this knight here attacked? So king on a2. f5.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the best move.
it's a memory contest. Because to figure this out over the board is really difficult. So now this is under attack. The reason why Black wants to play f5 is because I guess the knight's too dangerous on e4. And also, I should mention that a3 is coming as well, and the bishop is also not safe. If you go knight here, like it's probably a3, and I think it's already resigned, right?
Yeah.
Yuck.
And bishop e3
Yeah.
is also coming.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's terrible.
But
So
f5, you're also hoping that white will take en passant because they don't have a good square
Yeah,
for the
I think
knight.
en passant is the move, right?
Yeah.
En passant is the move. And now the knight's hanging, so they take with the knight.
So they're finally skipping
Yes.
the knight with
And
tempo.
now, yeah, it's like bishop e3 getting tempo on the queen, queen a5, knight f6. This is all theory. It's all theory. a3 attacking this. And I believe like, the best place of the king is like f3 or something. I remember seeing.
f3 or f2? I thought it was f2.
I think it's, I don't know. Either one's fine.
Because f3, when they don't take en passant, I think, maybe.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, but the king's fine here, apparently, somewhere over here. And king f2 was played. Yeah, okay. h5. That is, so maybe around here they're out of book. And we can already start to see maybe the mistakes are starting to creep in.
I think black needs to try to get the d5 in at some point. But she probably played h5 not to allow queen h5
Queen
check.
h5
If you go d5, there's queen h5, and you need to see if you're comfortable to go king d7, because I think that would be fine for black.
I think this position looks easier to play for white now, actually, right? Because it's cleared off for the most part. So h5 played, but this is like in such an open position.
G6 square.
Yeah,
you just immediately see it.
You want to play you don't want to play one dimensional or one idea moves, because you want to play moves that create multiple threats, etc., right? So perhaps h5 is just too one dimensional, just trying to prevent one little thing. But what is the right move?
Does h5 allow b4 or?
Yeah, maybe h5 is not a big deal. Maybe it's c5.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
c5.
white wants to play b4, no?
Oh, but yeah, b4. Oh wait, c5 is not considered good by the engine for some reason. Check. King d8. But king d8 is also not that safe, yeah?
b4.
d4?
b4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a refutation, all right. So c5 can be played. Maybe it's... I'm struggling to find a move, too. Bishop b2, rook b8.
I like d5. Is there a reason why you don't like d5 here?
Maybe still check. Or first b4 and then check. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is a tricky position for sure, right?
Maybe castle.
Castle.
No, maybe. What about?
Actually, it's not terrible.
I don't know. There would be some.
What about bishop b7, castle queenside? I don't know. It's hard to find them. It's such a again irrational position.
Rook b8.
Yeah, rook b8 is possible, but then b4. But in the game, why black play h5, we have similar position. Queen c2. Queen c2 makes it unprotected. So there's this check. Now, did white just blunder a pawn? Or what's
Seems
going
that
on?
way.
Did he just?
Why did they just give up the pawn? Did they forget about the bishop? I mean, oh, maybe there's something against bishop takes, but they missed rook takes? Is there something after bishop takes b4?
Yeah, I think they're hoping for bishop. This is what they thought. Okay, so bishop
yeah,
b4.
that's what
they're
they
like,
thought.
oh, now I have queen g6 check,
No.
and then
Oh.
there's gonna be a fork on the rook
I thought,
because the pawn is hanging.
don't they take in b4 first? They check first?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right?
You take it next, yeah.
So
And then you
I
take
think
F6.
white calculated only one captures, but forgot about the other
missed the other
capture,
one.
which keeps the bishop safeguarding f.
6.
Yeah, tunnel vision there. So now he just lost the pawn for no reason.
Okay, but is there some compensation? So we could go. Can we go a takes b4, queen takes
Yeah,
a1?
a takes b4, queen takes a1.
G3?
But it's not just the compensation; it's also like
G3?
you're down a pawn and you lost some of your attack as well. I think, because everything's more vulnerable. G3, sure, like you're pinned now.
Well, that's why I play g3.
Yeah, but is the bishop on G2 that great? Probably not.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Is it good? You
I
think
think
it's great?
it's
Okay, you think it's great? Okay,
It's better. Okay, you don't like it in there?
it's okay. It's just
It's just controlling some of the squares.
So do I have to prevent this queen G6 or not? That's a question. I don't think we have to. By the way, there's other pawns hanging in your position too.
I know,
Sabina?
but I think you cannot take it just yet. I mean,
What about queen A3 harassing the
b5.
B4 pawn? It's possible. Yeah,
b5.
maybe. Yeah, and then bishop C5 or something. More trades.
Queen.
Yeah,
Queen G6 are gonna run away.
It's playable. Oh yeah, Queen G6 is okay. I should have.
No, because you have pressure on
Yeah,
the
I have pressure. Yeah, but I should have been more careful here.
Okay, I did
Like
just take
this,
a
I think I
pawn
should
and
go
then...
here, right?
Well, it's the same Queen G7. I guess there's perpetual.
Yeah, there's some
Oh
weird.
no, there's no perpetual.
It's this move. I'm pretty sure. Wow. Wow. Okay. So,
How is this
yeah.
still equal? What does white do here? The bishop is saying.
I guess we had to take.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Or, yeah, right.
Oh,
Or is it
wait.
wait. Is it possible it's takes on h8? No, it's not. It's not takes on h8.
Is the bishop d3?
Mated, right? I'm trying to find the mate, but I can't see it. There's no mate probably. Oh, it's this move?
No, because queen takes. I don't see. I don't see.
And then take on c5. You're right. I think it's this move.
Do you think?
Yeah. Double exclam.
Oh my God! Queen takes.
Queen takes, and now you take this. So the queen is no longer checking us, and then you take the rook after this.
Oh my God!
And then he draws because he makes the triangle.
Black does give perpetual check.
Yeah, perpet.
Okay.
But anyway, this is kind of, we just went too far.
But it's interesting. Like, it's very, you get to see positions. Yeah. They're this dynamic. You know, you really need to spend a lot of time.
White still has play. It's a complicated position. You can lose a pawn and still be, you know,
but it
in
was
the game.
He didn't have to.
There's no reason to. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no need.
Like, you could have the same position with the b4 in the future. So like, bishop d3. Or queen g6 check first. Or what else can we play? Bishop e2?
Yeah. Where do we want the bishop e2 or d3?
Maybe bishop e2 because queen g6 might be more dangerous for the future.
What about c5? Is it too much? It's too much because you get bishop
develop the piece, yeah. So that's what Rohan should have played. But unfortunately now he lost the pawn. And I think he's thinking now. So he definitely, this took him by surprise. Okay, let's go to different board.
Yes, so we can continue with this, or if people have suggestion for which board they want us to go on, let us know.
Yeah, casual players is into b4, bishop e2. Yeah, I agree, casual player. That bishop e2 was a good move connecting the rooks to prepare this.
Ooh, this I know Tariq Yu. He played in the other tournament too.
Let's go to the first board to see if there are any developments. Yes, e5 was played, Sabina. And castle.
Told you.
But white castle, which means go to castle right now. But it's gonna transpose probably. Right here.
Oh.
These positions are reminiscent of this e4, e5 Spanish, Italian-ish positions.
I thought more like
anti-martial positions.
Philidor? Could this be Philidor?
Yeah, in general, I guess open game, semi-open game. Okay, so white is slightly better because of the following reason. White has more... Everything else is equal. White has a little bit more play on the queen side. Maybe a little bit more development, right? It's a little bit more space on the queen side. So white has a little initiative, like trying to play something on the square. Maybe queen here, bishop here, a4, a5, knight b6, c3, b4.
a5.
Some ideas, yeah. I think mainly connected to this a5, bishop e3, knight b6. Is it much? Probably not. But that's where you start, right? That's where you start. So I think that queen e2 is normal move because you want to connect your rooks and bishop to e3. I think that's decent. But you can throw in the move a5 if you want to. I don't know if there's a rush to do that right now, but you can. So we'll see one of those moves happen. So white is slightly better in the first board. Second board.
We had quite some moves since we left off.
Yes, so d4 was played. And then knight e6 was a move. Instead, wow, black trades all of the pieces. Okay.
So he's probably thinking the bishop is better than the one in a5. Oh, that's typical usually, but it's typical when white has a pawn in b3.
I'm trying to understand why this move is so bad. It's probably just that black is again playing a little bit too defensively. Is my feeling here. Also, the knight is a little bit. I don't know. It feels placed well, but also misplaced at the same time. Like there might be some attacking prospects here. The engine really doesn't like this move. A5.
95.
Mm-hmm.
95.
Mm-hmm. So you don't want to try for any crazy F4, F5. It's too much.
I thought 95 first, and then I mean originally I was looking at Queen A7, but after Bishop D7 I couldn't see anything else.
So yeah, 95 is a nice square. And then knight c5 or something. Maybe the plan should be to play e5, Sabina. So like some rook d1, e5.
I was thinking
that's
about
pretty cool, actually.
What if black plays f6? That's quite typical for them to play f6.
Yeah, but that's still a good concession to induce. So now maybe
f4, f5.
Maybe first, I wouldn't even want to play f4. I think maybe rook d1.
Directly.
Yeah, direct rook e1 with the intention of playing e5. Opens the bishop. We have all these moves for the knight in the future. Yeah, rook d1 I think is pretty strong. Play e5.
Bishop d7.
Okay. Maybe.
Or maybe queen c7, knight d5.
Knight d5, yeah. So bishop d7, I think e5.
Anyways, yeah. I like it. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. You take. And we have all this pressure. And some tactics are gonna start to flow.
Queen
For example, you can barely move anything here.
Queen c8, knight d5.
Yeah, like it's a lot of pressure here. This is under attack. Your rooks aren't connected. That's under pressure. And white's not really threatening anything yet. But maybe something slow play like rook d2 and just double the rooks.
Yeah, so I think we don't have time to stop. This would have been the time for black to stop e5 at f6.
So wait, after rook d1, maybe f6, like you said? It's probably the best move. But it's a sad move to play. And now, after f6, this might give white the green light to play
f4.
f4. If they want to play f4.
But you have to be careful for queen c7, queen c5, trying to trade the queens.
Good point.
So you need to see if queen c7, knight d5.
Yeah, I think queen c7, knight d5 is fine. So here. And then queen c7 doesn't work because of knight d5. And then, of course, there's some takes, but this is good. Creating weaknesses.
This is a good kind of trade, yeah. You're happy to.
So, yeah, I think we found the right plan for white here to play for e5. I mean, even in an immediate e5 is not like the end of the world. It's a decent move, right?
Yeah, this a5 is a bit tough to understand why black rushed, because you also have breaks with b5 that are quite typical in this position.
What we should really criticize is this trading of all the things and giving white free development and losing, right? So black just traded everything. Kind of like the lazy way of playing it. Knight e6, for example, let's compare this, right? We have so much better control. So giving up the bishop and like giving up all the dark squares was probably a mistake.
Yeah, but you see, I mean, when you're playing this game, and if you are a Sicilian player, you play it a lot, you know you don't have much space, so actually you do want to trade. In theory, you want to trade as many pieces as possible because endgames are supposed to be better for black. Well, better. I don't mean like ginormous, but
in
much
general,
more comfortable.
I think the knight is somewhere not on e6, and the queen is coming to b6, and there's already some queen trades lined up for and
going to the end game,
and
queen in c7 to
bishop is usually here. So a lot of differences from the regular.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, you know, you're learning rules a certain way, and then as you get to be stronger, you need to try to be able to make the differences to kind of assess the position and make the right kind of follow the right kind of rules for the position. And you know, black chose kind of the wrong one with that trade.
By the way, we have one move. It's called a miss because maybe rook d1 e5 was strong.
Yeah.
And knight d5 was kind of like rushing in because you're not really attacking anything, right? In fact, maybe this gives some time for black to go like this, right? Because it blocks the file. Yeah. So knight d5 is like a little bit rushy. It's okay. I wonder if that's the move here. Yeah, f6 is possible now. Now maybe it's a little slower because we don't have.
But do we have f4?
F4. But it's just slowing down though, right?
Well, how do you deal with it though?
Maybe bishop d7.
Oh. F5?
Yeah, but again, the 995 is nice, but I don't know if it. We lose a lot of tactical play with this. Do you want to trade like that? Sorry. Here. That's kind of a crude way of trying to do it.
Queen A7, maybe?
Queen is on rook a8. Eh?
And then queen... Ah,
I don't like this necessarily. Maybe knight g7. It's so sad to play this move. Yeah, or knight c5. Maybe there's some e6 ideas. It's not a great position for black despite this knight d5. But I think bishop d7 is what I'd probably try to do, something like that. But anyway, let's go to a different game. So white is better here, and white is slightly better on the first board, but yeah.
It's very slightly.
Maybe more than slightly better here.
Yeah.
And now...
go to board 3.
Yes.
Ethan Guo against Lev Shangin.
All right. Actually, we have a kind of a similar-ish position, structure-wise at least. Maroxy kind of position. And another... These Taimanov Khan variation. And g3.
It's becoming quite popular, actually.
I can't believe it.
It's
Okay.
It's the bishop in f8 that is very unpleasant. So with white, if you're not super familiar on how to do, like one of my students actually messed up. You play bishop d3, and then what happened to him, he put his bishop in d3 and e3. Black played d5 followed by e5 with tempo to the knight, and then d4. He forgot to make some trades in the center, and he got pinned because when the bishop from f8 has the opportunity to go to b4 if you're not careful.
Sabina, even I can barely follow you. I don't think the chat follows you at all.
You know, wow. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything anymore. You can proceed.
But I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But yeah, this is. But you see how you're very familiar with the position in your mind, right? And blindfolded.
Well, that's why you have the mouse to actually show what I'm saying, but it's okay.
Wait, how am I supposed? I don't know the exact. You tell me the exact ones, I'll show it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay, so coming back to this position, yes. No, we're commentating for the games right now. Yeah. But if there's any games that you want us to check, please let us know in the audience.
Is it live?
So
it a live game?
You're done, right, with your game?
Yeah.
But are you playing on any of those wooden boards with the live transmission? Where are you playing? Yeah. Okay, it's probably not then, because they only have the top boards for certain sections, unfortunately. Okay, so probably not this one. Okay. All right, let's look at this game. Sabina, we're in move 17. Oh, sorry, 19. What do you think? Slightly better for white.
Yeah, I like white's position, more space.
Very solid though. Black's very solid, but yes, the iron grip on e5 is there. Although, isn't black getting b5? What is the response for b5? Is b5 a big deal? What about e5? Is e5 a big deal? I think e5 could be a big deal. Because where does the knight go, right?
Yeah, I like e5 for white.
So should we do it right now? I think so.
But then you're trading the pawn in d6. Are you sure you want to do that?
But I think I want to mess up that knight.
But
It's worth it. Is it worth it? I think it's worth it. And they go here, I'm assuming. Now you have some squares, you have a bishop. Your pawn is vulnerable, I agree. But that's the price you got to pay. Where did the knight go?
then you can play also h4 and make sure it's kind of
I don't even have to
restricted.
rush with that, right? Maybe knight e4, rook d1, take your pick.
Knight e4, I was worried about knight g5.
Knight e5, I can play h4 then.
No,
Oh, knight
but
e4,
I-
knight e5,
I
got it. Okay.
traded.
Well, knight e4, knight e5, knight d6, I think I'll happily go into this position. And I want to get that d6 pawn and the two bishops. And that's a gimme, right? So, yeah, I think e5 can lead to some interesting positions for white. Let's go to another game then. We were just looking at this game with Megan versus Rohan. And before the blunder happened, and what did white recover? It's very complicated. This is the position. So we were looking at taking the rook,
And with g3, bishop g2 ideas, but
which made sense. because our rook on a1, this rook is pretty active, so getting rid of it makes sense, right? But white doesn't do that.
Maybe he thought the bishop in e2 is better place, keeps some pressure in h5,
and we have another move, c5, and the engines really, really dislike this move. Okay, what is going on? What I'm seeing is that the pawn is just a weakness. Not right now, but in general, like, what did
rook d1, rook d6.
What did they gain?
That's what they want. Rook d1, rook d6.
Rook d1, rook d6?
Yeah.
Okay, it seems a little...
I mean, I know.
Good imagination, but it's kind of far-fetched, right?
Because it allows some bishop a6 and trading that bishop, which maybe black can do right now.
I think the point is that I think that white should spend the time to get the rook in the game instead of moving a pawn, right? Because this move doesn't even threaten anything. Doesn't. So the most natural move here is either to sacrifice the pawn with rook b1, right? Yeah, takes, and hopefully we get to drum up some play here with white. I don't know how.
Bishop d4, rook a1. Ah, but you have bishop d4.
That's nice. That's very nice. Rook f8.
Rook a1.
Yeah, we're getting some play, all right. So I think that's what white should focus on. c5, it doesn't threaten anything, so I'm just curious about this move. c5, what is the point of this move?
I told you what was the point. You didn't like my idea, but...
Well, again, it's like, if you want to play rook d1, then play rook d1 first, right?
I mean, I agree.
And then think of c5 later. Again, the ordering of the moves, it's kind of like, you play the move that does a lot of things, and you decide on that, the niche move later, right? The move that's kind of a one-dimensional move, whatever it may be. So rook d1 is like, okay, I'm ready for whatever. And it's a very good general move. Yeah. And then we'll decide what to do after that, right? So c5 is just so slow. It's just controlling one. I don't get it. Like, what's the benefit of this move? Let's see.
Thank you.
Okay, so we saw c5. I think we saw some similar like mistake in another game too. Or maybe in the same game.
These pawn pushes are very tough sometimes because you need to always think ahead because those pawns never go back. So if you're giving away some squares, you can never go back.
Absolutely. And
okay,
f4. Okay, so again we had that e5 move. My white is doing it the hard way with f4.
But it allows black now to develop a bit. Do you think black can consider some knight c7 here, or is that not?
Well, the thing is f5 dangerous? And the answer is
No,
I think we should just chop off the
knight.
knight, actually, Sabina.
Yeah, I mean that's what I want.
So
but
here,
you want with the bishop?
And then could we just take that, or is that? I think it's possible, right? Take. Yeah. I want to like just give them a bad bishop and then keep the position a little bit more simple. So now knight should go to g7.
Yeah,
or
because you're forcing
just to keep the. I mean, c5 is a good square.
Yeah, but then you're not forcing me to take an f5.
Yeah, so if I want to be safe, I can play that. The engines don't like it though.
I think it's fine because you control also e6.
Well, you know what the good thing about this move is? You might have some queenside play, queen b6 and stuff later.
So what do you do after rook e1?
Okay, e1, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe we can sack the pawn? I'm not sure.
How do you want to sack it?
Queen b6. It's legal.
King h.
2.
One?
King h1? 2.
I'm not sure where's best. Maybe h2 to keep
sure,
g3
same
protected.
thing, right? Now we can take the pawn, which looks risky. We can protect with something like rook e8. Hard to say. Oh, there's one interesting idea.
Queen
We
b2.
can knight d2.
Queen b2. You don't take him B2?
97. No, it's terrible.
Why would you give?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was worth it to get the knight here, but I'm missing some tactic here probably. Yeah, this is the move. Wow, look at this tactics.
That's cute.
Okay, so it doesn't work. Okay, so not that. So maybe just rook e8. Yeah. Protect everything, and we have some counterplay, and hopefully, black can efficiently defend the king while attacking the queen side. And black can hold on. So that's one option. This might actually happen in this game. Right?
Yeah, you need to get rid of that knight is very unpleasant, so whichever way you find.
Got it. And going back to the Eric's game, the board 1, this game is developing very slowly. I think last game of Eric also took a long time, right, to develop. They're taking their sweet time in the opening.
We
Queen
could
f3. Okay, go ahead.
No, we could. I was saying, let's just check the top 2 boards and under.
Sure, other
1700
sections.
as
Yeah,
well.
of course. Tell me what board to go for.
1700. This is the thing. I'm checking because they changed the order. So 16, 16 and 17. So they're got pushed up.
Gotcha. So if we go from the bottom, we should be fine, right? So Ritik Thiru versus Kieran Martin. That's the under 700 section, correct? We can just double check this.
Yes.
Then we can tell. So this is the
Yeah,
first
the
board.
board 7 is messed up.
Okay, so this is the first board in the under 700 section, correct?
Yes.
So let's take a look. And how are the
Sure.
standings there? There
In the
are
under
3 people with
700?
6 points. Okay.
Yes,
So
600.
this is a championship game.
Maybe 7 out of 7. Oh, and actually, Rithik is from Georgia.
Okay, cool. So we have a Spanish opening, bishop
From
d6.
here. That's why I said it.
Which is not a good move because you block your d pawn. And a6. Will black fix that? Somehow black's actually okay here. Even after
Actually, I
d6.
have noticed, because I used to tell my students, don't put your bishop in front
Yeah.
of a central pawn. And then one time I was looking with the engine. I had the engine on somehow. I usually don't keep it when I teach, but I was tired, so it was on, and I was like, really? This position is not that bad for black? That's surprising. I gotta readjust my my teaching, because these days sometimes kids, they check the engine themselves, and then they start.
Some of the
arguing
moves that
with
we
you.
were taught that were kind of bad, they're not as bad. They're kind of dubious, but there's ways to make it work.
Yeah.
But generally, it's still a bad move, and I think it's still true. Maybe c3 d4 was the idea that White should have tried to play for c3 d4. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's fast forward a little bit. Standard Rilipez position. Yeah, black fixed the bishop now. Key1, maybe a4 was a move there. Takes. Okay, so it's okay, equalish position. The bishop going back to d6, that's kind of strange. Usually, at least the bishop could go f8 to keep the king a little safe. So that's okay, let's keep going. And White opts to break in the center and open the position. Now,
But with his
the
king,
engine really hates it. I think we had to figure out why.
the queen is on e2.
I think, is there a bishop trap idea with c5, c4? That could be the reason.
Yeah, Noah's Ark.
Yeah, Noah's Ark trap. So if I
I think
take,
it works, right?
and oh, the engine doesn't like that as much. Let me just find the. So if okay, knight d4 first, maybe a little bit more forcing. Knight takes d4. E takes d4. I'm threatening to go c5. And you can't take it with the rook because of c5. And then, boom. That's not a good bishop. So d4 was a blunder because of knight d4. But black did not take advantage of that. Black is trying to get the bishop, all right. But that was a much better way to
But
do
this way
that.
you're showing your opponent you want to take it, so they will do something about it. The other way you're not really showing them. It just kind
Yeah.
of comes out of nowhere.
So now the position is normal looking again. So again, the bishop goes to the d6 for the third or fourth time in this game.
Is there some tactic with capture in f7 or some capture? Maybe later.
There's a horseman here probably. Okay, it's probably knight f6, queen g4, rook d7, right? Knight f6 takes
Queen g4.
queen g4, and then both.
Well, if you go there, maybe bishop f7. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
rook d7.
Sure, yeah.
So this is one of the reasons why knights are very dangerous in attack, because the bishop cannot jump over the pawn, but the knight can jump over the pawn. So even if you have even if you cover the king as much as you can, you still gotta open the king. So that's why the knight's such a dangerous piece when it comes near the king. Just the base property of the knight. You cannot block a knight, so that's why it's so devastating here. And that's why it was not worth it for white black to abandon this f6 square. Instead, maybe d6 should be played, right? Just kind of protecting the bishop and whatnot. So will white find this move? The answer is
no,
not today.
But that's a pretty good move too, because the queen
yeah.
comes to g3 after, and still you maintain those ideas, but you're not ready for the sacrifice.
Right. I think white's doing the safe, quote unquote, safe way, and then
you can play knight ace.
Knight ace is interesting, but just the way that white is playing it, let's just look at this move.
Sure.
This is also good, and now king here. Now what? Maybe bishop here. Attacking without sacrificing, right?
That could work.
Could work, yeah. So white is winning here, but there were some sacrifices, some flashy sacrifices. Even now, right? Knight f6 takes.
Check.
Honestly,
you want to take an f6?
Honestly, we can even do this because a pawn that close is like a piece. And we're turning mate in 2. And
King
there's nothing you can do. King h7, there's bishop here. King h8, we can tickle the pawn here, right? But if you go queen h5, there's queen f4. So that is a saving grace for black, actually.
Can we just go bishop c2 here?
You want to slow play it. Just go here, and then go into queen f5. I like it, but if you go there, what about rook g8?
Then I go queen h5 because I'm threatening f7 too. Oh, wait, do you have some sacrifices?
Sabina, what about this crazy move, rook d7? Oh, it doesn't work. I'm missing something big here.
I just don't see your point.
Why doesn't this win? Oh, I think I know why. Why doesn't this win? Is it something crazy like bishop 2?
Queen d3?
Ah, queen d3. Nice. Okay, good call. Yeah, no, we can't sack the rook at all. Maybe it's just rook lift. Simple chess. And then go here.
Yeah, or I like that queen f5 idea.
This is strong. Well. Queen f5, we didn't like. Oh, yeah, rook g8, bishop f7. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I said bishop c2 first. Yeah. So that was giving some chances. But
like
you also have rook takes d7.
Okay, so a lot of moves been. So anyway, so I could have played this in one, and then here. Well, I guess white's
black
gonna play
move.
Black played rook here.
Okay. Did white answer yet? Queen g3. Or you think he's gonna go for the sacrifice now?
No, not anymore.
Queen g3, right? It's very normal.
Yeah, queen g3 is nice. Is there anything else they could play? But queen g3 is good. Maybe rook e4 is good here, preparing like some sacrifice. Everything is good.
Yeah, the white's position is so good because they have more space. The pawn in e5 is very strong. And black has the bishop pair, but the bishop in b7 is closed. And the rook in b8 is out of play.
And this is also winning, of course, right?
So technically white plays with the rook and the knight extra.
And threatening this. And yeah, this is pretty bad. I think maybe he will sack, but this is the under... What section? Under 700, right? Okay, so let's go to a different game then. Yeah, white's on their way to win this game and become at least a co-champion, right?
Yeah, we can go back to that Tanya game. I think her mom is here. Maybe she wants to check it. 17.
Okay.
17.
And remind us the section again, under 17.
This is under 1700 board 2.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Carol Khan game, right? And we have, whoa, F5 played. That's interesting. I guess white.
It's a very committal
blocked
move.
now. Yeah, black wants the castle. I think that's the main idea. Bishop G5, H6, 7. Okay, interesting. So the reason for this move is to stop that trap.
And also that's white's bad bishop, so going bishop
Yeah, good
G5 is
call.
a nice idea to trade.
Maybe
I like it.
black should have declined that. So
Yeah,
another
now-
example of bishop trading for knight. Usually you don't see that, but in this close position where this a specific central weakness, you can do it. You should do it. In fact, would this be a move? It might be a move. And played.
I like it.
And
I like
played.
it,
Yeah, so it's funny. Both bishops are giving themselves up for the knights. And there we go.
And in the end, white would love to stay with the knight in e5
Yeah.
versus the bishop in c6.
So
or
I
d7.
think that white and now Tanya is now better because F5 just made all these ideas possible. I think black rushed with that. There was rook
There
c8
was a
was normal
very-
move. Yeah.
Very nicely understood positional idea with bishop g5 and bishop b5.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
It's a deep kind of idea.
Yes. And black allowed it too. That's kind of
Yeah, so black maybe wasn't familiar with the plan, but
still a game to be played, but it's
yeah, but
definitely useful.
she has to take in c6 at some point.
And by the way, there's a queen F5 threat
Because-
right now.
Well, what about queen e7? Can I play queen sorry, knight e7 now? I think she should have taken.
Oh, you
maybe
think she
the-
should have taken right away?
Yeah.
Knight e7 is possible, but I think we just take and knight e5. But I think even though the knight's still there, white gets a lot of momentum now, right? Because takes,
Rook takes.
rook takes. This is so much momentum. Knight c6, it doesn't matter, right? It's again so much development, and then just come back here, and just because of the knight here doesn't reduce the suffering of the pawn and the doubling and all that stuff. So nice play by Tanya here to get that to get rid of the knights, and I think this is a good lesson here. When you have a bad pawn structure, when your opponent has a bad pawn structure, maybe trade some minor pieces. That's defenders, right? And the rooks will do the job. I think that's the same advice for isolated pawns too, right? Trade minor pieces, and then you
Put
see
the
that the
pressure
pawns
on
are
the
gonna
pawn.
be put the pressure with the heavy pieces.
Also, I like that she's spending less time. She has more time than her opponent.
Yeah.
So it's good. I guess her
talk
mom.
to her?
Did you talk to her?
Oh, right.
Oh.
Okay, trying.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Hopefully it was inspirational. Oh, she is.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
great. That's great. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, hopefully it was helpful, you know. We only want everyone to learn, even if they lose the game and we might be tough. We want everyone to learn and kind of get some nice, you know, positive idea. And
Of
just improve, you know, because that's why you're playing. Like you always have to remember, no matter what the result is, there's always going to be another game tomorrow, even if it's not tomorrow.
But there's no
Like,
game
in the-
tomorrow. It's the final round.
It's okay. I was sure you were gonna say that. You know, there's nothing. You don't let me
always
say.
another day.
Are you just grumpy because you haven't had lunch, Gauri? Because you're a bit like you're just
No, no,
getting me like every 5 seconds. I feel like we should take a break for you to eat. You know,
Yeah, no,
maybe
no
you'll be
worries.
nicer towards me. You know, I offer my food, but you didn't want to share. It's not my.
Let's look at the first board.
Okay.
Hey, somebody said, Pete says queen d3. What?
That was a long time ago.
long time ago, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
He
see that
said
one.
it after I said it. Well, maybe he said
Alright.
it in the same time.
Again, this Eric and the top board's game is progressing at an alarmingly slow rate because I see like 1 move every 10 minutes. At this rate, they're gonna be in time trouble by move 20.
Maybe they're following Grishchuk too much.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen like Fabiano play like takes some time with a few top players, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like a position. I understand it's a tough position, like, but it's still like there's so many easy moves to play a5, bishop e3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's the time usage is good, but the fact that the opponent was also taking time makes it kind of okay.
Psychology kind of. Yeah.
So I think Black's following White's lead. Oh, you took 10 minutes for this move? I'm gonna take 10 minutes for this move too. Right? Something like that.
Let's play Blitz. Let's see who's better.
That happens sometimes. You
The championship is gonna be decided on Blitz. We'll see. Mark our words.
Okay. And now let's go back to the board 2. We have a couple moves. I keep pressing this button by
Yeah,
accident.
you need to click on the.
Click first, right? It's
yeah.
not intuitive. Okay. And
Scroll
there we
back.
go. Okay, so we left off over here. And oh yeah, that happened. Remember Bishop C6?
Yeah.
I think so. The
Oh,
reason
nice
why this
idea.
is this is just trying to go to a simple position. Black wants to simplify and defend. That's the idea. Okay, we already talked about this, so we don't need to spend any more time here. And
You know
how about-
the Megan's game I was about
Megan,
to say.
okay.
That was quite interesting game.
we left here. And I was saying that c5, we didn't like c5,
We did
right?
not. No.
And then h4,
Bishop a6
another
was-
pawn move. What is up with the pawn moves
Why don't
here?
they develop their pieces?
Maybe the point is that they don't see a good place for the pieces.
But Bishop a6, you just trade it. You just get
That
rid-
is so you yeah.
Maybe
that
she's
makes
worried
some
about the
sense.
d7 pawn. She thinks if she trades the bishop, then
But that's far out, right? You're right, Sabina. That's not a bad move. I would think of this.
Yeah, rook
actually.
b2,
Rook
I
b2
like
is
that.
like a. If I had 1 second to play a move, I would play rook b2 because I'm like, I pinned the bishop, I make some threats. You figure it out.
you're also pretty good at blitz, so you know.
Oh, thank you.
That's
yeah.
why. That's why I played
Engine thinks that it's -3 here, so I think I'm missing something. Like there must be some very precise move here, rather than rook b2 or bishop a6.
Queen c3 is an option, maybe also. No, because
Oh, is it like rook b3 to sack the rook for the exchange? Again, another exchange sacrifice.
and then get the bishop in.
Ooh. Yeah. Wow. That possibility? I like it. All right, that bishop is like holding the family together, right? Mm-hmm. So rook b3. If I put this on the board, what's gonna happen?
Just put it on. Let's find out. No, that's not.
No, it's pretty good. No, it's pretty
Oh, it's
good.
back,
It's very
I think.
strong. Yeah. Okay, let's make a move, Sabina. So I want to sack the exchange.
Rook c1. So you
Rook
can-
c1 with this
No,
one.
rook hd1.
Okay, that's the normal move. Rook
Yeah.
hd1. And now, kablam. Yes, it's good, right?
I take.
I take.
One,
And
two,
then we can take with the queen or the bishop. I think we take with the queen because the bishop needs to guard this.
three. Okay, king
You
f3.
go here. And then you go king f3, right? Now I can see some
Yeah.
stuff happening here. Okay,
I also
so...
see some stuff for me.
Oh, yeah?
Go bishop b7. I would love it if you went bishop b7.
Bishop b7, we have rook b1. So I don't want to do
Yes.
that.
Aw.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought
Not
you
yet.
wanted to help me a bit.
So now I can try to check your
D5?
king even, because your king ain't that safe, right?
Why don't you go d5?
But d5 is possible. I don't know if you're sabotaging me or you're trying to
No, I'm
head
just-
move anyway. Okay, but
No. I'm waiting for you to eat, then I can sabotage
okay,
you. But
okay.
for now,
No.
I'm just saying.
so I want to find something.
You don't like d5, okay.
D5 is a good move.
What about
I
E5?
just worry about
What about e5? No?
possible. I was thinking, is there something with the checks, like queens? No, but it's rook d3, right? What am
No,
I
because you
saying?
take my rook, right?
Oh yeah, so I can play this. And now I want to go
King
bishop
f2,
c5.
king f1, and then
And
queen
then
e3.
queen e3. Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan, my friend.
It's okay. And just don't play queen g3 here.
Don't play queen g3? Oh, could you? There's two mates.
I was wondering why you
There's two mates here. Yes. No,
Yeah.
just one, two.
Yeah. But can I take an f6 though?
Yes, you can.
Queen e5?
Yeah, there's a trade actually, right?
Yeah. I mean, it'd look nice if I didn't.
But
have
you know
this.
the funny thing is,
This is
this
tricky.
is still like, there's this bishop a6 now. Oh my gosh. So
What?
you got to be careful. Now the bishop comes in.
But still, king e1.
E1. And now maybe it's just like a really nice position because of the bishop here.
Yeah, I mean, you have compensation, but okay, rook f5, rook takes e5. I mean, black is doing well,
Okay, but yeah,
you don't need to
this
give
is
up.
like too risky for black. But my point is that this is a good sack for black, and definitely enough compensation. And you gotta figure it out after this, like how to get this guy out. For example, maybe it's d5. Yeah, and then rook c1. And then queen takes a3, or queen goes to d6. I don't know. Probably queen. I think queen is fine because you can't block with the rook. So
Yeah.
we'll snatch the pawn.
It's just so funny that every time you're trying to play rook d3, your other rook is
Yeah.
hanging.
But even this. So yeah, this sack is interesting. But did Megan play this?
played
No, she played
h4.
h4. Which again, I don't understand why you move a pawn and when there's so many other things to do with the bigger pieces. Rook d1 played. What? I thought rook d1 was a good move this time, but now it's saying it's a bad move. so what was missed? Maybe it allows this again. I think the best move is rook b1, right? Challenging the rook, but rook here now. Maybe the same idea is possible, or yeah, probably. And
But
then rook f8
rook
played.
f8?
I guess Megan wants to take the pawn.
Okay, and escapes
So-
with the rook.
But the problem is now he has move, which does that mean rook c1 is coming next, or
I really wanted
you
rook
want to do the rook
d6.
d6
I
move?
really
No,
wanted
it's
that
possible.
move.
I'm not saying it's bad.
I don't think it works though.
It doesn't work anymore. So if I take the rook,
Takes.
it does look
Maybe
kind
rook
of scary.
b2?
Yeah, actually takes is scary. I don't know if that's a good move takes, but maybe the thing is black will just keep this in the pocket.
Yeah, there's no threat actually. Maybe
Yeah.
rook b.
Maybe rook
Maybe
b2,
rook
right?
b3 now.
Again, yeah, same
You
thing.
know, to take the bishop and then queen c5.
Yeah,
check.
yeah, yeah. So I don't rook d, yeah, 2-1 dimensional again.
Maybe just rook d2 or rook d somewhere to try
Hmm.
to double up. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, double up. Or what about bishop f3, Sabina?
Sure.
Is that a move?
What about queen e4?
No, bishop f3 is not good because I go check and then bishop takes c5. So we have probably some.
What
move,
about
like
queen e4?
queen e4? That's possible. Very safe move. Yeah, possible. I just think it's probably better to play rook c1, queen a3, right? That's why you didn't like rook c1?
Mm-hmm.
And rook b1. Oh, this pawn is hanging, so if you just do this, queen a3, at least we can play for compensation because queen a3 is still like, oh my gosh.
Is there some sacrifice now? Oh, Gauri. Rook a1, bishop d2, a5. I'm gonna mate you. Or maybe not. I mean, where do you move the queen?
That is incredible.
c3, you have to go. Queen c3, right?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Rook takes a7, let's go.
You can just take that
Yeah.
or do this move.
No, because that you take in c5 is checked. That's my issue.
Yeah, good point. So just go here.
No,
now black is-
No, no, oh my god, no. No. Maybe there's bishop takes c5. Oh, if rook a7, bishop takes c5, and the rook and the king are staying on the...
So why is it +5 here? Maybe we need to harass the queen a little bit more, but I don't know how. Why is it +6 here? It looks good for white.
It
but
looks really good.
+6 is a little bit too much.
There must be something. What's the weakness? I think that's the diagonal is the
Yeah,
weakness.
bishop coming here would be great.
How do you
But
get it there?
bishop d2, there's all these takes. Unless we
But what
should
about
allow
rook
this,
c1? Can we go rook c1, rook d c1, d? Rook d c1. Oh, you lose something because then rook b1.
the queen is getting caught.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not the diagonal.
Yeah.
The diagonal was just part of the multitude of problems that black has here. So you can't take the pawn because of this reason. Just rook here and then rook here.
So
Just to
that
show.
pawn is trapping pawn. Don't take it.
Yeah,
but
so rook c1 is the best move. And then, yeah. So in the game, though, you know what was played? Fate and queen c2 was played. Okay. Safe move.
yeah, similar idea, just doesn't.
Now we lose that.
You know what? Oh no. Maybe now the threat would be rook c1, bishop d2, followed by some queen a4.
So in summation, this position now is very difficult to play for black.
It is, yeah. The engine says equal, but black's pieces are just so crammed up. It's hard to figure out how to get them out.
So black missed this idea of playing this. Every tempo is important. So giving this like 2 tempo of, you know, for white for free, almost free, right? Because what did these 2 moves actually do? Not much. So now white is in the driver's seat here, right? Okay, let's go back to the first board. And again, I tell you, this game is 1 move per 10 minutes, and I was right because you have
Yeah, that's right.
nothing has happened.
It's surprising. Just that now Eric has taken 20 minutes. He's 20 minutes behind his
Yeah.
opponent, so that's not looking good. It's not
Okay, and the
ideal.
Nakash game, we have a few more moves. We left around this part.
Knight g7. I thought we said
We analyzed something like this. Well, we were looking at knight
knight
c5 more.
c5.
We thought it was a little bit passive to play this. Yeah. So white is definitely better because there's a lot of pressure on these 2, and the knight's very passive. So it looks really bad for black actually. But there's probably some weird move like e5 or something.
I will take it. I want queen h6, rook e4, rook h4. How do you stop it? Wait, rook c8 was played. What do you do after queen h6?
Here, rook c8 is bad.
Oh, he takes in c4, but like, can't I just go rook e4? Just rook e4? Oh, he will push the f
You want
pawn.
to go rook f4 first then?
No, because I'm blocking my queen. Queen h6? Or, okay, I can play b3. Yeah.
b3 is nice. Just very nice protection here.
I just wanted to test out that because I thought it
Oh,
was.
do you want to test the theory of?
I just wanted the theory of
What's the
attack.
theory you
Queen
want to test?
h6.
Queen h6, rook c4 though.
Okay, yeah, rook e4.
But how does that help us?
Well, what do you do?
Just also checks.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care.
You don't care? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, checking h1.
But what is our idea?
Idea is rook f4, rook h4.
But then
or
you know how
rook
bad
f7.
you know how
Rook
bad this king
f7.
is here. Whose king is worse?
Fine, I agree. It's not ideal.
This is textbook. Don't do this kind of situation, right?
Yeah, b3 is more normal.
Yeah,
You don't
B3
need
is
to
play
complicate
normal,
things.
b3, and then play queen h6. If knight f5, you don't even blink twice. You just take the knight, literally.
Yeah.
Just take it and go. Take and check, and then you figure it out later.
Yeah.
Probably it's winning by on the spot. Like, I think just take the pawn again. I wonder. Yeah, just take the pawn, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean it's still winning, but there's some.
What
Forced-
about queen h6, rook f1? Queen h6 check for, or I guess I don't need it. I could just go rook f1. Oh, what about bishop? Yeah, I was about to say, what about that?
How about that, huh? But then there's
Yeah.
e6. That's maybe a problem. You know what's funny, Sabina? Even rook e7 is good, probably.
Yeah, that looks
Probably.
nice.
But there's rook c7 though.
This is not looking very good for black. And with that
It's
said,
rook c7 though. So rook e7 is rook c7. It's not actually fully clear.
rook c7, but then I check you and I move my rook.
You can, but not force win.
No, I taken. Oh,
How to find the flashiest win? It's not easy.
you wanna find the flashiest? Flashiest.
So this move, see,
Rook
it
c7.
allows rook c7. I don't like that, right? So it's not that.
Why didn't you like my queen h6, rook f1 idea? Rook f1?
Once again, maybe some e6 business.
Rook f4?
Or you want to just go...
Or I can just take it. I can just take an e6.
I guess you can. Yeah, it's good. Well, you want to go rook f4 directly. That's actually possible. Yeah, wow. Just very slow, but it's very effective. Yeah, so there's many ways to do it.
Yeah, black has weakened his king quite a bit, and knights might be good protectors, but in this case, because the rook and queen come together, h8 is not control, so for black it will be tough to defend here.
So rook c7 might happen, and then we go for the
queen h6.
queen h6, and we already know from the previous analysis that this is not
take
working because of rook
We're
f5,
taking
and then
the
rook f1 and
Yeah.
this stuff. Business. And so this looks pretty bad. Unfortunately for Niraj, this looks pretty tough. So if Nikash wins, he's going to be a co-champion, and he's in good shape right now. Rook c6, b3 has not been... Oh, it has been played. Yes, hi. Board 3? Yeah, sure. We're going to focus on that. Okay, so Ethan... Ethan, sure, absolutely.
After this, we're going to take a break.
Yeah, are you Ethan's father? Okay.
Oh.
Okay, friend, okay. So e4, let's take a look. E4, c5, and we have a con. Did we take a look at this game already? No, we have not, right? Oh, we did. We were around this, yeah. We stopped around e5, and I really liked White's position because of the space advantage, and the knight was kind of sad on on the side here. So, and I really like this knight coming to d6 idea, or rook d1. Let's see if any of that happened. Knight e4 was played, and this would be kind of dangerous. f6, oof, that doesn't really solve black's problems, because now the pawn structure is now unified, and the bishop is open. Pawn is almost there.
Yeah, white is doing really well here.
Knight's bad. Rook c8. Oh no. Wait, hold on a second. So
why he didn't take him b7?
Yeah. If I take on b7, rook b8 is the idea, I guess. Then you can take on a6. Right? Then he takes on b3. Then you can move the bishop somewhere.
Yeah.
Or you just protect the bishop.
Maybe he just didn't like bishop c6 at some point. What about c5 here? Would that be too much? c5?
b4 was played. Yeah, c5 looks it's a great move. Yeah, we're a great move.
Yeah, because if you play bishop c6, I might just...
Yeah, but this is a more critical move with this, of course. And then they go rook b8. And then we take the pawn, which is normal. I don't know why we would not do that. Unless you want to... There's actually an option of just trying to run the pawn down really quickly. But bishop takes is such a natural move. I don't think we should avoid that. Oh, okay. Now apparently it's a better move here. Don't tell me it's c5, because that's...
Takes c6.
Takes rook b2, d7.
Yeah, and you have rook c8.
Rook b2 check though. Rook
Oh,
b2 check.
yeah.
And I don't know, you want to allow that. So you might be going back with the bishop and then try to run the pawn down the board. So let's give an example. How does that work? So let me go back. So I guess we go bishop, pick your place, g2.
g2.
Okay. And he takes here. Okay. So we want to go here, but our bishop's under attack right now.
Should we just go rook b1? We could have gone bishop e4 and just go rook b1. If you keep the bishop in e4, the rook in b1 is covered. So when you go rook b1, if he goes rook b8...
You want to go rook... But I want to keep the bishop... I want to keep it here. Well, I don't care
I know,
about
but
the
I want to trade... No, it's not that. I just want to trade rooks. But I can't go rook c3.
I think we just go here.
Okay.
Why not?
e5? Ah, c5.
You want to sack the bishop? I think we should, right?
Yeah, there's bishop d5.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell this, yeah. So that then if we take... Yeah, I think that's the right plan. So white should just try to run the pawn to c6. Not easy. b4 is a fair move. And oh my goodness, okay. Ethan is doing
This
really
pretty
well.
good too.
Yeah. This knight's so out of play.
Yeah, c5 is unstoppable.
Yeah. Power out the past pawns. It's like these pawns have the best big brothers ever. That rook is pushing it. Bishop, it's like it's being helped from, you know, all sides of the board, right? Bishops, rooks, both rooks. What more do you need? It's like there's nothing else that
Right.
the pawn is supported from all angles, literally. Like there's no other way.
And the knight in h7 is
yeah.
just basically black plays with a piece down. Piece and some pawns because those
Yeah,
pawns are just pushing.
So this is like game over already. Too many supporters for the pawns. Just impossible to stop.
So we're gonna take a short break now, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Be right back.
Stay close. Bye for now. Welcome back, everyone, to the final round commentary of these middle school championships here in Atlanta, Georgia. I was about to say middle game again, but I caught myself there. I guess I just love middle games so much. But before going on break, we've seen there were some very interesting positions. Particularly, we're going to focus on the top two boards of the championship
Absolutely.
section.
Absolutely.
See if we got any more moves.
Yeah, we have a ton of moves. We were going at a rate of 1 move per 10 minutes, but now it's probably 2 moves per 10 minutes. Queen f3 was the last position we looked at. And we have castles, a5, bishop e3. I think we've kind of predicted this trade of bishops and followed by dark square play by white. And playing normal moves. And suddenly white decides to change it up with bishop g5, which is surprising. Right? Maybe h3 was my intention. But maybe white saw something here with bishop here. There's some trick.
Threatening to win a piece.
Yeah, that's a trick. Bishop h4. Could this be some super advanced ploy to make the bishop kind of away from queenside? And then you can like come back to e3 if necessary, or maybe even go for some knight e3, knight f5 stuff. Like that's interesting, right?
I love that idea,
that's really nice. So a sudden switch to the king side might actually change the direction of the game significantly after this. So very interesting move by Eric here, trying to start something on the king side all of a sudden. So the play was kind of going to the queen side, but after this gives some momentum to white to readjust their pieces with some tempo. So it's interesting. And we have knight on the board, right? I think so.
Yeah.
When they change the colors, I'm a little confused. Let me go back and see. Okay, now it's black to blue again. Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's still blue, dark blue. So this is the position. White has some pressure now, and I wonder if. Okay, first of all, black can play it safe and chop off this, but then the play goes back to the queen side. But let's say after bishop g6, do you play knight f5, or do you kind of
Knight g4.
wait a little bit? Knight g4, yeah, that's a new move. It's actually pretty good.
I'm just trying to find some ways to put more pressure with white because
Yeah. So that's why bishop g6
Eric has
is not.
to win in order to become co-champion potentially.
Yeah,
Because
chess lover asked the same question. Knight g4 is the point, I guess. The sudden switch is interesting. I think black is going to play it safe with bishop takes e3. But then the black will kind of have a slightly suffering end game.
rook d6,
Or
bishop
middle
c5,
Yeah.
I think. Unless that's a trap with rook takes d3. Maybe you're setting up a trap.
Sorry, this position, rook d6?
No. In that position you just had with the bishop in e3, bishop takes e3.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
you had something. Yeah. Rook d6. He was
Here?
saying.
No, I think I just go here.
Well, there's rook takes d3. That's his set up trap, but I mean he's losing material, right? So I'm not sure exactly what you wanted to do, just number.
Yeah, knight g4 rook d6. Yeah, he was talking about knight g4 rook d6.
Oh, okay.
But
I
it's
wasn't
just a
sure.
bad position, right? Like you get double pawns anyway. And I don't know how to even take. I can play like h4 and stuff, and this looks
I
kind of
think-
sus now.
Do you take with the bishop and then h4 so that you can try to trap that, or I guess h4 directly and then taken?
I like h4 directly. Maybe there's some trick with
Knight h5.
h5, bishop e7, knight g3, bishop d6. No, that's not gonna work. Or so h4. The engine doesn't like it, so maybe he wants to just take it immediately. Like this.
Yeah.
No. Oh, actually, I can't trust the evil bar.
Untrustworthy. We can also go knight takes e5 and oh no, we cannot. Sorry,
That.
we cannot. Maybe you just go king h1.
Yeah,
Quiet
okay,
move.
white's is better. Black's not allowing this. No way. So black's going to play bishop e3. Okay. So white's better. Board 2, by the way. White was significantly better.
Yeah, so let's see how.
And
we can continue.
sorry, the move was rook c7, and we predicted queen h6 with the idea of playing rook here, and only this rook because we want to keep this rook for the sack. But instead of queen h6, White opts to play h4. Another one of these pawn moves when there's so many other.
This is surprising because if you play h4, you won't get your rook to h4 anymore.
Not only are you wasting a tempo, you're just what are you doing with h4? I don't know. Queen c8. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like this didn't go for this. This looks so good.
Okay, so he went h4. Let's see what was his plan with that idea. He's trying to play h5 or
g4, I guess. Black's not doing much, so maybe why he's slow playing it here. e5, so Black decides that they can't just wait anymore. Just by the way, here wasn't there bishop h3, or am I going crazy?
I think e6 anyways, right? Or
still was possible.
But now you just.
What's possible to play this too, right?
Queen c5, you always have queen c5, so you're not gonna lose.
That's true. But then, okay, this is 2 pawn.
True.
Okay, it doesn't matter. g4, e5.
Do we take? Or you wanna go rook f6, followed by h5, h6.
I like that.
And even if Black is gonna go knight e8, you can probably just play rook f1.
Or h5, right? Or I mean, like after queen c5 check, I mean.
No, here if he goes knight e8,
Yeah,
I was thinking rook f1. Okay. But okay, maybe it's not.
Peter's like, nah.
I guess it's not rook f6.
So then. h5 then.
Yeah, just we don't care.
Yeah.
No. It cannot be en passant. Is it en passant?
It might be en passant and then queen f6.
No, you're just sacrificing probably. So let's see. Knight takes, right? And now rook takes e6. Let's.
Because the rook always comes here.
Let's test it though. Queen f6. Queen h6. I vote queen h6, followed by bishop e5, bishop d5, and
queen h6. Okay, because queen f6 maybe there's some,
yeah. I don't want to trade the queen, so queen h6.
Just slowly play this, right?
Yeah, that's what I want. And then if you ever move your knight, the g6 pawn is hanging.
Yeah, this is the way. This is the way. Okay, so this is the way that White should go for, but not easy decisions to do, of course. You're giving some activity to Black, but I think you're just gaining way more with the rooks and the bishop. And en passant was played by Nikash. The best decision. And now maybe the game is going to be on autopilot after queen h6, right?
This gotta put quite a bit of pressure on Eric Changlu, because basically.
Do you think he's like walking around and saying like, "Oh, how's Nikash doing?"
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe they play next to each other. I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, they play next to each other. Probably, you're right.
The board setup, but I think they're playing next to each other. So
one look and that's it. Huh?
Like, oh my god, this guy's winning. I gotta push. I gotta find a way to, I kept the position balanced. Now I gotta come with something. So he might go, overboard, like over pushing.
But is first place all or nothing for many people? Or are they okay with that tying for second or third?
He's the highest rated player in the tournament, so I mean, I would say for him, he definitely wants to win.
Okay.
Now he could be part of the team too, so there's team trophies as well, and the winner of this championship qualifies for the cadets, I think.
Cadet, okay. So first all or nothing maybe for Eric here. We'll see. So we have no moves. Again, this game is progressing. I said, what did I predict, Sabina? By move 20, they'll be playing Blitz, right? With the no time. So that's it's already rapid chess.
It's approaching.
Yeah, we might get Blitz chess and move 20, which is kind of crazy. But okay.
So we had a request for board 7 earlier. I didn't, but it looks like it's just Looks winning, like super winning already.
Let's see. I think white's at least slightly better here.
Just at least, yeah, just a little bit, not much.
Okay, so that's gonna win.
Oh, I thought he would promote to a knight or something.
Okay.
No. Didn't get the chance.
What other games do you want to focus on? Do you want to go down?
Board 4. Just
Megan's
catching up.
game, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very interesting game. We kept looking at it, but looks like there were a couple of mistakes from white. So let's try to catch up with that game. Bishop f3. White doesn't like it.
Maybe want to just double the rooks.
Put pressure on the d7 pawn.
Okay. Black just takes the pawn. I guess the queen cannot be trapped anymore. So Megan's just taking material and just calling white's bluff, so to speak. But maybe white's couldn't find something constructive here and decided to just double the rooks. Is there anything constructive here for white? Maybe it's like, could it be possible
Rook
to go this way? I'm not sure. This pawn is still hanging. Rook c1 is good here.
To go bishop d2, I'm thinking, you know. Try to chase that queen away, or even rook b1 maybe to get rid of one.
Yeah, these are normal moves. Yeah, rook b1, get the file. So apparently doubling doesn't help because after rook d8,
you can't put.
You
more
don't
pressure.
have anything else to follow up with. So now
there's an idea, but it's not doing much. But like rook d6
again,
maybe.
d6,
hoping for.
It's not taking.
But it's just
chess.
hope chess. I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's just maybe. White didn't understand he has to try to put pressure to have serious threats to make it difficult.
So it's looking good for Megan, but it's still complicated. As long as the kings are unsafe, you never know. Blunders can happen. All right, that's forward 4.
We actually have a very interesting position, a very interesting endgame on board 5.
Okay.
It's kind of an interesting endgame.
Wow. Okay, we don't need to see how we got here.
Yeah,
Let's
we can just focus on.
By the way, the last... Oh, sorry. Kyle. And we have this
Is there
position.
a win here for white with some c4, c5?
This is like some endgame book, right? Endgame tactics or endgame strategy by some book, right? Let's see. So white is better because of the bad pawns and the more space, more active king. Now white decides to try to go this way in the game. Which makes sense, although it makes sense. Fair, that's fair. But the end game of this end game is like after the king gets here, where white, black will just do this stuff, right? And then what's after that?
I don't know. Yeah, I think something needs to happen on the queen side, in my opinion.
Maybe the idea, by the way, is that you go here, okay? Take, then you go all the way here, and g6, then takes, then the king goes all the way here and take everything here.
Yeah.
That actually is a very nice plan.
Yeah.
If you can make it work, but there might be a flaw. The flaw is that you don't get to h6 in time. Black plays h5, and then after king h5, you don't have it because you don't have it because you don't have it, right?
Yeah.
And apparently it's a bad move. Because this is close to a draw, maybe. Very complicated stuff, though. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this particular position. We're gonna have to find the truth in this endgame. The engine didn't like king f4, by the way. So let's try to figure out other avenues here. Because is there some breakthrough idea here? Is it g4?
What
I
about
don't
a4?
know.
What do you think about a4?
Okay. But what's that? What are we trying to do here? A4, and then what? What about c4 and then c5 here, Sabina?
I was thinking about the
right?
idea. Yeah. I think after c4 they go a4 and c5.
Yeah, it's not clear how we can ever make progress here. So that's why Kyle played king f4. I don't know
So
if I
wait,
can trust
C-
the 2.7 of the engine in this one.
Okay, let's see C4. If they go A4, maybe we go C5. Well, but B5. And if we go B3 and try to bring in the king to take that pawn, could that work?
Can you repeat
So,
that,
so
please?
C4. If it goes A4, just B3. Maybe it doesn't go A4.
He just waits, yeah.
I don't think there's anything here.
Or even c5, right? Sabina, even. But I don't want to play at c5. It's king e7. So, I don't know.
You can get the king to D4,
It was saying,
but I
it's
don't
saying
know.
this.
It's
But
saying king
no,
D4.
yeah, now
takes
it's going down
F4.
again.
No, I think it's just not
It's
right
not going anywhere,
evaluation.
right? Yeah. e4.
It's not the right evaluation there.
Hold on. Yeah, b4, a4. Yeah, it's bad. It's just computer's saying a4 here. Go b4. c5.
Ah, king B5. Wait, this is
Wow.
winning.
You know, a lot of these reserve tempo moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the plan is to go a4 and b4, and then if they take, and then go c4, c4. That's so deep.
Oh, yeah,
That is
that's
so
actually
deep.
nice.
So let's do some moves here. Well, okay, it's white smooth. Okay, here. So here, I'm threatening this. If you take this, I think it's winning.
Mm-hmm.
Because this, and then I have this. So if you don't do anything, though, I'm still winning because I can do this. And then we have opposition, but I have a ton of reserve moves, and you have, like, you know, I can just start pushing anything. Here, here, mirror, mirror, on the wall. And then it's winning. Oh my goodness. So could it...
This is actually a very nice idea.
Wow.
Very deep.
Wow, that is super deep. That is super deep. Unbelievable.
But now
actually.
that you go to F4, there will be nothing.
Unbelievable idea. But let's say if I waste the tempo, okay, and let's try the same shenanigans again, okay.
Maybe the king makes
What
it
is the
now?
difference here? A4. Is it because of king a6?
Yeah.
It's because
No,
of
because king B3? Oh, but I have no
king
threat.
b5.
I had no
B5.
threat.
So king goes a6. That's the only reason, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a4 first and king a6, and then c4.
The king is close enough, so now
c5 check.
you can't go on the other side because...
Yeah, I'm in time. So it's important that after c4 I get... So it's a tempo too. Wow. So white didn't see this. That's really hard to see. White went the other direction. And we have this position. And for some reason, the funny thing is, king d7 is considered as a bad move. And maybe... I actually don't know why. 4. So now there's opposition, right? So if we can get these two, that'll be great. But why is h6 c4? Okay, we got some more moves. At some point, black will have to play h6, right? Probably now. And then the king will go... The thing is, the king can always even do this stuff, right?
Yeah, he can just come
So
back.
c5 is coming at some point. So like if h6,
King
I think
F4,
king
right?
f4 is a move, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
No.
not. Is it king h5 then? Yeah, king h5, then I have 8. So what's the breakthrough then? Is it
Can you go H4, G4? H4 here?
Oh,
King
oh no, it's
G7?
very simple. We go here and then we do this.
No, but he will go...
Yeah, and then take and then we get this passer. That's the idea.
You wanna play with the F, not with the H? I thought.
Yeah,
you
because
did.
we want the h pawn to be passer, right? So
Well, I was gonna go H4 with the same idea.
yeah, that works too. Yeah, so we go here, 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 takes, and then here, and king takes, and then.
No, but he doesn't need to take. Does
What
he?
do you mean? That's why I don't want to go h4 because h4 my king is
Yeah,
trapped.
yeah,
Oh my!
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
might lose if I play h4.
Yeah.
No, it's stalemate, right? I might lose actually. Probably stalemate. Well, let's show that to the audience.
I don't
h4
think-
is a draw because wait, king g7 here, 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 and here.
Oh.
No, wait. No, I thought you take on.
No, I just stay.
I thought that our king gets trapped after g4. Oh, but we don't take. We just go g5, right? Why did it say draw here all of a sudden?
C5?
Okay, f3.
You don't have an entrance. Can I go f4 now? No, because you go g4.
Here. So king g7.
King g7?
d4 is winning.
No, what about...
f4.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But then g4 again.
There's no other moves.
So what's
what
going
else
on?
am I gonna play here? F6? F6 and e5 and e4. F6?
No.
You take e5? Because you trap the king, so now you have to go f7 probably.
Wow.
King g7, queen takes, king takes h6.
That loses.
Oh, that loses. So what do you do?
How do I draw this?
And g4. No way, g4.
g4.
Yeah, e4.
e4.
Is it gonna be a stalemate kind of?
g5?
How are you gonna get yourself started? You still have the b pawn. There's no stalemate.
I think it's takes. And if you go f4, I can run my own pawn down the board, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm winning now. So you gotta take me.
Okay.
And then I go g5.
Yeah, g5, e3 takes in h6.
Now I'm winning.
Or g6.
Apparently. Because I can
Do you
take
have mate?
and check.
Do you have mate?
No, I'm just gonna
Sure,
queen.
yeah,
I'm just gonna
king
queen.
h7,
So wait.
So he-
Wait. So I think we had to take this first.
Yes. And now
And then push. Here. I just a draw because we get to promote. But without the pawn, it's
yeah, 3 versus 3.
wait,
Well, that was intense.
Just
This is a really long line.
Oh my gosh, draw. But why
That's
would you
why
play
don't
h4?
push- No, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, you just gotta figure out if you need it
Okay.
or not. We don't need it. Okay.
Okay.
It's interesting to see because, you know, like,
Yeah. So the simple idea is this,
and then
you
g5.
do this, and this is the power of the outside passer.
Yeah.
You can just sacrifice it, and then you win.
Yeah.
So
But where are they? Because this was not played.
yeah,
or
where
was
are
it?
they?
Where
are they now?
Where are they? What have they
King
done?
g5 and c4 is played. c5, f3. I think he's trying to do what we're talking about.
But Black didn't play h6
I
yet.
did not play h6 yet.
How does that help him?
I don't think that doesn't
Because
look like a
that
bad
pawn
move.
doesn't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to trade the g pawn.
But this is a good. This looks good, right? F3. I don't see why it's worse than King H5. I think it's all winning.
No, because the pawn is not in h6 for Black.
But we would get opposition at some point, right? And then we go, or is that okay?
Okay,
Black?
so let's test something out. So after f3, can I play f6? Just asking. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I cannot. King f7.
7. Maybe even F4, Sabina.
f4. Yeah.
Yeah.
h6.
No.
I can. I don't.
So
have time.
that F6 doesn't work. So I think it's over. F3 is fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's normal move.
Yeah. Maybe the other one was more precise.
Wow, so White is pulling this off. So where was after King F7? I think this might be just a lost endgame. And the 1.6 is just like computer can't see far ahead enough because it's a very complicated position.
Because it's
Unless it's H6.
a Stockfish 11, remember?
Maybe H6 is a move.
So what about f3 still? Oh, you got the king to g6 now.
Wow. Takes. And we're not in time to get that.
Yeah, king g6 here.
Yeah, we can't go.
And
King
if you take with the
H5,
pawn?
it's
Wait,
draw.
what if you take with the pawn? h4, h5? Or
Wait, G4.
takes? If we take
Oh,
with
now
the
it's
pawn?
this. It's still winning.
King g6? No, I don't think this is winning. H4, H5, right?
But what if we go king g3 and h4? That should be winning, right?
H-
Or you want to go h4, h5, simple.
you want to go king G3 here? Can I play F6?
If I go h4, he plays h5, right? Oh, but then I can take and I can maneuver around, yeah? Yeah, okay. Just fine. Just if you go here, I take king g3, and eventually I'll win this, yeah?
You will?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Oh yeah, because you're pushing me back.
Yeah, okay. The question is, do you want to play anything with c-pawns for it? No. Okay, so I think everything is winning eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's a
black
nice
could have been more
endgame.
resilient with h6, it seems like. But after all said and done, looks like Kyle is going to win this tough endgame. Very instructive, actually, to analyze. And we have some more moves, by the way. Sabina. So after f3, h6, the natural king h5. And remember you suggested this?
Yes.
On the board,
Oh.
takes...
Wait. Where is this?
Wait, there's a small difference here.
Yeah,
This-
because the C pawns are blockaded. Doesn't.
the difference is that now I don't have time to take this pawn because of well,
E5, E4?
E5. Yeah, hold on. This is slightly different.
So what? White should have played king F4? What's this different? We already had that line.
Oh, I think white should go here, here,
And
here,
B3?
here. King comes to here or here. Then we make a waiting move. Then they had to go back. Then go here to b5. Then we go a5, takes, and then come take this too. Wow. I think the winning plan is to go here now. Right?
But he played king H5, right? So he
Yeah.
messed up now after F6? Is it a draw?
But didn't we analyze something similar?
We did.
Where
We had the
they
F-
didn't have that? Sabina, you mentioned f6 somewhere here, and we said
Well,
it
I
was
said
not
H4,
working.
remember? And then we had the line and I said H4 and you guys, like, you and Chess Lover were like, why?
That
we
wasn't the
didn't-
same position. We looked
We
at
had this-
position. Yeah. You said f6 and king g5. You didn't mention f6 after h6. Ah, because f6 here, f4. I'm already like good
Yeah,
here.
you have some tempos
But
now.
in this version with in the game, f6 takes here. You're gonna go here, and it's that's
Okay,
tough.
but I don't need to take the pawn yet. Can I play F4 first?
By the way, this is another. It's a race, right? Takes. But black is. It's like an endgame study because after this,
Wait, I go king E7, right?
yeah.
Queen. What's up here?
White has still winning chances,
It's
even in this
good. That's
line.
gonna take a while.
But yeah, we might actually see that. However, this idea, let's check this. King f4. Mm-hmm. Make a move. Here,
Sure.
here,
E7.
here.
Can I play F6?
Oh,
I mean, you can take an F4, I think, but I don't know. I'm trying to come 3-5.
maybe I go here.
You know what?
You gonna leave it?
Yeah. What if I leave
You're
it?
gonna leave it. Of course, you're gonna leave it. Yeah.
Okay, king B3 first. Well, it doesn't matter. King C7. C7 I want to kind of...
Yeah. Wow, it's a draw.
All end games.
That's rook endgame.
I know.
But hold on. So what was the?
No, king H5 is winning,
King H5.
though. King H5, right? F6. Here we need to think
And then
about
you don't
it.
take.
We don't take. What about F4? Yeah. F4. He doesn't have time. Oh my god. 17 seconds. 30 seconds.
Wow. Okay, let's refresh. F6
Oh,
played.
you lost all of our analysis, Gauri. Now we don't remember
But
what
now
we
we know at least the position now. F6, EF. Oh, he played EF6.
Well, there was a move.
So F4 was the move we were analyzing, right?
No, we're...
Sorry. Yeah, we were analyzing F4, right, Sabina? And then it's it's bad. It's really bad.
No, that engine is... Is Black gonna win this position? Oh, you can't play g4.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So f4 is not good.
No, so you have
But
to
the
take.
5.6 is coming from ef6 and f4.
Yeah, okay. f4 here.
And then
If
is it the game? Yeah, game is here. Game is here. So actually, Kyle is doing
good.
best
h3.
moves. But what is the end of this? G4 and then to take with the pawn.
And then you bring the king
And then
to
you
the other
have
side?
and then you push again and you get another outside passer. Right?
Yes, that's how he's gonna win.
Then take with the pawn.
Yeah. No, you take with the king. What?
You take with the
King.
pawn.
With the king? Do you want to lose this?
Wait, take with the pawn, take with the queen, take with the king.
Take with the king. If you take with the pawn, I have to
Well, take-
protect your pawns too.
Sorry. What
So
position
if you
was
go
that?
g4 here, king g7, you go g5.
No, I mean take.
Oh, okay.
And then do you take with the pawn or take with the king?
Oh, here.
Yeah, here. I think you take with the king,
I thought
right?
you
Or
meant
take with
the other
pawn.
line. After takes?
You take with the if you take with the pawn, e5, king g4, king g6 the problem. So I think you take with the king. And then you get opposition. You get opposition. And then shoulder, but then king c6. That's a draw, right?
No, you just take with the king because.
Okay. So how does that work?
F7, F5?
F5 takes, king e7. King e5, king d7, king
No.
d5. King c7. King e6, king c6.
No, but that you're gonna win if you get that position with king a6, king c6, and it's black's turn. You go king a5, king b7.
Yeah, does it look like I feel like
White
I've
is
seen an
winning.
endgame study before
Yeah.
where the king is here,
Yeah.
and then the king is like here or something, and you gotta go like king f6 to do some
Yeah, but it's usually double pawns on the c file. But you would be winning if you get that position. That's winning because you.
Uncle Dev, yeah, Uncle Devretsky. So wait, hold on. So takes.
Okay,
Moment
king
of truth.
takes.
Moment of
king
truth.
takes. Wait, king takes, king f7, f5.
The draw. Look at this. But Sabina, this is a draw because I go king c6
You know
here.
what we play?
But I'm just curious because I think I've seen a puzzle like this before. Let me just work my way up to this position, okay? Hold on. Okay, here. Isn't there there's a real puzzle where you gotta go like king here or something?
No, you need to take the opposition. There would be king e6, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, so here king e6 maybe. But it's still a draw according to the engine.
You don't.
There was a
have
puzzle
one.
like this. I don't know
there was.
exactly how. But okay. I don't know why it's okay. Wait,
No, king a5.
it's probably some b5 or something.
Yeah, b5 here, fine.
b5, yeah. Very complicated, but okay.
Okay, but let's see there.
Yeah, let me go back and forth, and so I can get the game. e5 played.
Wait, but let's see that
yeah,
endgame because that was
yeah,
interesting. Takes
take the pawn.
g5. Take with the pawn.
e5.
e5. Do you play g6 now? No.
How does that work? King
h4.
Oh, it's king h4.
King h4.
But then king f7.
King g3.
No.
Well, when you go king g6, I'll go king g.
Wow, that's crazy. King h4 is the only move, I think.
Yeah, well, otherwise I was like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna get the opposition? Because you're
Wow, that's so beautiful, king h4. That is very nice. This is in some book, for sure.
It's not, but we can put it.
We can put it in a
we'll
book,
a
yeah.
book.
Analysis from Kyle versus Anjanaya. King h4 double X clam. And then you wait for king g4 to play this. And if they go here, you wait again. And then you keep doing it. Now you're good to go. Wow. Okay. So
Quite intense.
in the game, e5 was played. How does that work? Wait, e5 doesn't work, right? Because, well, hold on. If you take f4,
Can they take an e5?
this is the possibility. That's the move, right? You just take.
But
here.
I can also take an e5.
No,
No?
the f4,
King h4?
and then you wait.
Oh.
The old you lost
wait.
here. Wow, the king is in prison. So are the pawns.
Yeah.
So that's a nice try by Anjanaya. It's literally a nice trap. Wow,
did they
what a
play?
tactical
Did
game.
White play or?
White played GF5, didn't fall for it,
Yeah, good.
and now
for
it's
them.
over. That's a devilish move, E5.
Mm-hmm. With like very little amount of time on the clock, like 2 seconds.
And then GF5. Okay, now it's E4 on the board and King to. Yeah. Oh, and we have the same idea now. Like King here, King here, King here, King here, King F2 takes here. Now unfortunately, there's no move for
Yeah, mine
Yeah,
squares
yeah.
F5 and E3. But you know that endgame wasn't lost. I think we could still play E6. I think I was still saving it if I played F takes E5 when E5 was played. I think after F4 maybe I can still save, huh? After F takes, can I play E6 or no?
Yeah, but okay.
King G7. I mean, I'm not. I will be worse. I have to defend now. And now, do I play G5 now or yeah?
Take.
Well, maybe not immediately. Maybe first E7.
Yeah, take it. I mean, or even this.
No.
No.
Wait. First I go E7. First I go E7, King F7, King H6.
Sorry, what is the move for black here? Just take, right?
Yes, you're winning this way already saw. But no. I go E7, King H6. You push, and then...
Yeah, like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably losing for white, yeah. Because there's Queen H3. Queen H3. Oh, that's the reason.
Oh, and isn't this a losing position because of the old...
You just bring the king, right? You just trade queens and bring the king?
Oh, I guess that's the reason.
Queen E6, right?
Oh, this way? Okay. Yeah. Okay, going back to the game. Yeah, and we have a photo finish here with this.
All right.
And
nice.
you know, one of the funny thing is, you need this move. It's tempo.
Yeah.
Otherwise, white is losing.
This was a very instructive endgame, king and pawn endgame. Because there are so many pawns that usually, you know, you're not seeing as many king and pawn endgames this,
and look at this,
practical.
King here.
Yes.
Best move.
Yes.
Because if you go here, you got to play another 100 moves, and it might even be a
no, but
draw, right?
No, but F5. No, this is winning. You can just play F5. Also,
we can trade
winning.
queens. Okay, F5 is winning, but this is more precise. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a
nice game. Wow. Okay.
Let's go to board 2. Board 2 had quite some changes. We got a rook endgame.
Okay. Sure.
Board 1 is not much has changed.
Okay,
so we'll get back to it after.
Yeah, it looked like white was in good shape here. We like queen h6 more because of this queen d8 move, right? But queen d8 apparently is a mistake because
rook takes e6. Was that working?
Yes, it is rook takes e6 because there's a bishop d5 check after some zigzagging.
Oh, true.
So rook takes e6, takes
queen takes
check.
e6. Oh.
First, rook here, block.
Okay, queen
then
takes e6.
Take here, and it's just like a seesaw of like.
Queen g6.
Yeah, a lot of checks.
And bishop d5.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. So
Okay,
so was that played?
Nice.
He missed it.
Oh no, queen.
Yeah, he missed it.
That would have finished the game much faster for white.
Okay, but he went for a winning rook endgame. And
very nice. That rook in e4 is very nice.
Nikash is now up 1 pawn, but more importantly, several of black's pawns are bad. So looks like Nikash is going to win this game.
How do we win it exactly? Rook d4?
Yeah, rook d4, and then probably just take the pawn, right?
Rook d7?
Rook d7 is going to be played, sure.
And then rook d1, right?
And then king somewhere. Well, rook d4 is not only move, but rook d4 makes a lot of sense. So rook d4, rook d7, rook d1, king g4, right? King g4. But the king e6. Yeah, that's what we need. Yes. What about rook d4, rook d7, rook d1, rook d8?
No, but king g4, we still haven't figured out what king e6.
Yeah, then rook
king
d4
e6.
back.
Yeah,
I can go here and then check again. So what if he goes here, not to allow the king? Now I can. Well, this is tricky here. What's the move here, Sabina?
Can we just check?
Checking rook
Rook
f6.
f6.
Just go for this endgame.
Yeah, I want to take the
King
g
and
pawn first,
yeah,
and then
G and then take
yeah.
this down slowly. So there should be a breakthrough here at some point. Looks good for Nikash. What about the first board? Remember we were
Yes.
looking at this pin idea.
You're right. Like one move every 10 minutes. What are these guys doing?
I called it, right? I said by move 20 it'll be blitz game, and you know what? It's already blitz game, and it's not even move 20 yet, right? So here, so knight g4 was not played. Was not played.
Queen f3, but
Oh, what's going on? This was a
what is
this
he
was a
doing?
surefire better position, right?
Where is he going with the
I don't know where it's
queen?
going here. I guess something with bishop c4.
But he could have done it. There's a knight in e3. You can do that. Anyways, maybe he wants to play f3, just to protect that pawn. And but how he's gonna?
Yeah, I don't know. It
this
feels like
position?
White lost the thread a little bit. Maybe overthought something, and now Black looks like Black is safe.
Maybe he's just waiting for his opponent to make some.
Okay, bishop e7. So now it's back to no more attack, and we're back to the, positional game on the queen side again. So we'll see maybe some nice c4s again. One
Bishop
good thing
e3.
for White though is the bishop is out of play, so it makes a lot of sense for White to just completely double down on the queen side, because we have like extra pieces here.
And the bishop in g6 is not doing anything, so he just basically killed the bishop a bit.
Yeah, that's what I just.
Sorry. But no, as you were saying that, as I was repeating, I was like,
Yes.
is it really killed? Because there's knight d7, f6, bishop f7.
Sure, good save.
I got a bit tired there.
Sabina's not listening to me, guys.
No, I was just paying attention if there was any other game left. There are
Yes.
4 games left.
All right,
I'm gonna
so
blame it on
f3, and yeah, it looks like White's slightly better, but I think the positional stuff is not going to matter as much. The time is going to matter more for the players here. Okay,
But let's check out board 6.
board 6.
Board 6.
By the way, this game is over. Black looks like Black resigned here in that game. Ethan's game.
The c pawn is just
And
crushing.
Megan's game. Oh, we should probably. Oh, Megan won.
Okay, nice win.
Megan's 6 out of 7.
Yeah. She's waiting to see the top
GG.
boards.
And Janaya resigned.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Tariq.
This
Are
is
they 4? Are they 5 out of 6?
Yes. Let me double check. Sorry.
And what is the position here? Opposite color bishop endgames are notoriously drawish, and most of the pawns are dark squared. Only got to worry about this pawn. For White to try to win this, needs to make a pass pawn with b4. But how do you play b4 without losing this pawn? The king has to be on a4, and that's not happening. That is not happening. So is it a fortress? I think so.
Opposite color bishops.
Yeah, there's no way.
Always a draw.
You know, the funny thing is, if this was here, we can talk.
Really? How? Oh, because you enter
maybe
with
the
the
bishop
king?
b4 is still a draw, actually. Because I'll
Yeah,
wait
because
for you to play
play
a3.
3 and then you go back.
So we can talk. Even then, it's a draw. So this is a draw, right?
Yeah, I don't see
Because
progress.
the whole thing is a fortress. There's no touching anywhere here, and then I can't push b4. I guess it's one option to put b4 and then a4.
Yes, but you need to
However-
keep the king in c2.
That's also a draw.
Okay.
Also,
no.
you can lose too, because if you
No,
go
no, no.
too far,
Okay,
you lose
okay.
this pawn.
So I have an idea. Bishop f3, bishop d1, b4 and a4, and then bishop b3 and c5, and it takes forever.
Yeah, I know it's a draw. It's a draw. Yeah.
There's no real progress.
That's gonna be a draw.
The board 9 is the other remaining game, and we have Ismailova Khanin playing against Eden Yu. And she has a really good position. That looks...
Also, only 24 moves played, and White is up 1 pawn. but more importantly,
And has the compensation.
everything is hanging for black. The bishop's hanging, rook's hanging, knights, everything's hanging, right? Mm-hmm. And is there a way to save everything? Because if you take, the pawn becomes a forking piece here as well. So that's not possible. I think it's just lost, right?
Yes.
The knight literally threatening the rook, the bishop, and the other knight because this is hanging. So this knight's actually attacking 50% of black's pieces. More than 50%. Yeah. That's why you control the center, guys. This knight and queen are like literally, all these three pieces are like attacking so many things. It's not even funny, right? It's so many things. So might be
I mean, you got no move here.
no way, no moves here, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately for black.
All right, back to the top two boards.
Top board again. All right, so we
So
have
far-
the blitz game starting between Eric and Isaac.
No, wait 10 more minutes. In
Okay,
10 more
well, wait,
minutes.
yeah.
It will start in 10
Okay.
minutes.
So bishop c4.
Hopefully they're not coming back to watch the commentary. They will just be like, you guys were trolling us too much.
It's only 20 moves, so time was a little bit strange, right? It should have been the game should have progressed much farther into the late middle game to end game. Yeah. It happens. I had it happen myself.
The thing is, this position is not an easy position. You have to always think about how to plan it. There's no weaknesses much on each side. Maybe that b6 square, but it doesn't seem that it's easy for white to take a grip on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they're spending time, because they're trying to figure out how they can improve. And like, okay, we're just joking about the time because, you know, it's very rare that you see, especially in a kids tournament, right? That
People
they
play
actually
fast
space
usually.
those. Yeah, and actually, this is very good, and this is something that other kids who are starting into the game or who are having trouble playing too fast, they can learn from this.
Maybe not this much.
Maybe not as much, but just learn to think, take their time, double check things, look for threads, always
Yeah.
look for ways to improve the position. You know, there's a learning. You know, from the top boards. That's why it's always recommended that even if like you play a tournament, you should check how the top boards are playing, even if it's, you know, like after you finish your game, not during it, but just to kind of see how those people are. What do they have on you? What are they doing that you could try to do to improve, right?
Yeah, I think so. And so this game is live, and this game is just top two boards. I think we'll focus on this top two boards for now.
Yes.
And let me know, Sabina, if any other games are still.
There was that number 6, but sorry, one moment.
Board 6, you mean?
No, boards.
Board 6
was it
live.
board
That's opposite color bishop. And
yes, and
there
then
was a
there was
draw.
the Hanin girl, which was on board 9.
Ah,
So we have
got
board 1, 2, 6,
1,
and
2,
9.
6, and 9. Got
Yes.
it. Got it.
Those are
Okay.
the last boards remaining.
All right.
And I'll also keep an eye on the standings in case they get updated. We can let people know where they are, but for the moment, they're still, you know, games in progress.
Okay.
The players have started their round at 1:30, so it's been 3 hours.
Yeah. Plus
So
10
we're
second
approaching,
delay.
yeah, we're approaching the end. Actually, maybe a lot of these games. We're also hearing more kids,
Yeah, more noise outside.
more
so
noise
that's
outside.
Probably done.
So that's probably, you know, they're
Alright.
excited. They're waiting for the closing ceremony, but there's still a few interesting games here. I really want to see, you know, I'm very interested in that plan on board 1, how if Eric is going to be able to take over, because this is the type of pawn structure you can also get sometimes in a King's Indian.
I actually like what
peer
black is doing here, by the
position.
way. Weakening the dark squares. I like what black's doing here. So queen takes here.
But now the knight comes to f4. Is he
Yeah.
planning to play g3?
He might even play knight f4 right now.
What if I sack the queen?
I don't think so.
Let's do it. For the views.
No. No.
I know, you
So
don't
knight
do
f4 on the board, by the way. We're gonna see queen to f2.
But then you can't play g3 if you do that.
That is also true.
Maybe queen e1?
Queen e1 on the board.
Okay.
Queen takes e7. Probably.
You know
Rook
what I
e7
want?
is not bad either, actually. Right? But queen e7 on the board. I think the players are speeding up. Actually, this 14 minutes is starting to look significant, right? So Eric is definitely under pressure, and Isaac actually has less points than Eric, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
5, and Eric has 5.5.
Yeah. So right now, it looks like Nikash is going to win the. If you look at probability, Nikash is winning the game.
Can you
With
go
the rook,
back to
yeah,
the
rook
game?
endgame. He's up a pawn.
No. They made a few more moves.
Yeah. Okay. So here. And c5, which I thought we shouldn't do that. We should go for like no, we can't do that
now
yet.
he wants to take the pawn.
Oh, there's a nasty trap here, by the way. That's why.
Yeah, and b6.
B6.
Yeah,
Oh my
don't
goodness.
fold it for that.
So maybe Nikash felt that he couldn't make any more progress.
But I like c5. I mean, you don't need all those pawns. You can just infiltrate
Yeah,
with
he's
the
going
king.
with the king. Yeah, and king b6. Yeah, this should be pretty good. Rook c3 next move. What's the answer for rook c3?
Check on rook b5.
That's one way to do it. Actually, even b4, right?
B4.
Even b4 takes rook b4. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just easiest. b4 and then just take. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm missing something big here. Maybe I am missing something big. What am I missing?
I'm thinking. I don't know.
It doesn't
What
look
about
bad.
king? What do you do after king e5?
This move.
Rook g4, king f5?
Some weird repetition, right? That is very strange. Yeah, I probably shouldn't allow this. So b4 is lazy, right? Instead, we should do this idea.
That's what I thought.
Protecting
Because
this, giving up this pawn, and then try to win everything else. Yeah, that's probably the nice and solid. Take this one.
actually, you
this
can take
one.
a5.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe this one. Yeah, it's already cooked.
yeah. Either
Okay.
way.
So did he find this? Is it
No,
the
he played
position?
something different.
Let's check 1 second. He played. Yeah, he played rook. Yeah, he played this.
Okay, great.
And rook c6 played. Okay, well, king b7 was possible, but okay, this is fade. And maybe a little technical difficulties to get this pawn.
Why? Oh. Maybe b4 first? And
Yeah,
then
b4. At least technically, you could probably just give up the g pawn because you're so fast, right? Oh, but that. Oh no, b4 mate.
Oh my God.
That would be a very. Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad we're not playing. I messed up one time like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Totally winning.
That would be the worst way to go.
Okay.
So rook
Just
b7.
take it directly.
Yeah, and then here. And
Okay.
then just run the
Now
pawn.
you can go
probably
b4.
use the b4. And yeah.
No,
this
he didn't play. He played something. He
King
played
b5 first. Okay, also good. And you know what? The rook can even like sack itself for the one, and then a3. And then
King b6. I mean, so many
king
ways you can win.
b6. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so he's winning.
Nikash is going to be at least the co-champion.
Yes.
And Eric is with no time.
Much less time than
Mm-hmm.
Isaac.
I really like Isaac's move here because now the dark squares are like butter, right? It's kind of
He
vulnerable.
did play g3, which I don't know.
Let's here come in. I don't think white's better anymore.
Is c3 gonna be?
Chop.
Ooh.
Okay, I think this is a good practical decision because you don't want to. When you have 4 minutes, you don't want a knight. Get rid of all the knights.
I learned something about Eric from this tournament. He loves knights.
Okay.
In the other game, he also had knight versus bishop. Remember, he played
Mm-hmm.
forever.
Yeah.
But he needs to get it somehow in some situations where the bishop is worse, and he is not really much worse.
This position is starting to look easier to play for white now because the bishop is out of play. But I will think that black will play f6 and then bring back the bishop to life. Although this knight does feel like easy to play with in this position, right? And after rook d1, queen
Queen
e7, queen c3 is coming after this.
I think so. I
Yeah,
would play queen c3 here.
yeah. I like white.
Six.
I like white now after all these trades. That's a good call by maybe. That's a good call to take this. Take this for sure.
It was knight e6 force. Could he have gone knight h3 check?
But usually you don't want to misplace.
Well,
your
I
knight like this,
know I've
right?
done that
Yeah.
before, but like, what if I
Maybe
don't want
maybe
to?
this was rushed. I don't know. Let me just take first. It's hard to say, right? It's hard to say. But anyway, we got what we have here. Queen c3 on the board. On the board, and the game with
He won-
Nikash.
no.
We have a few more moves on the board, and yeah, even
B5.
A8 is winning. Or I think somebody must have resigned here, right?
No, they're still playing.
Oh, White is thinking about a move here. What could White be thinking about? Okay, A8 on the board, and this is just inertia, I think. Just Black is just playing. Probably resigns right now. Okay, so congratulations to Nikash for
Being co-champion.
6.5 out of 7.
Yes.
Guaranteed to be co-champion. There's a really good chance that I would say 75% chance that he's champion, because this position 4 minutes is not too long.
Ooh, let's go back to board 6 because there's been some changes.
Okay.
And I think White did the plan that I told you that we didn't check. And
I don't see it here yet.
Huh? Can you refresh or something?
What plan?
Oh, sorry.
I don't see anything here yet.
Oh yeah. Well,
no, we're still the same. They're just moving the bishop around.
No, but the bishop is in c8, so now I can play b4.
B4 I take. Then
And
A4.
I can take an... No, I take king b3. No? Don't I come with the king because your king is stuck? Don't I bring my king to support the c-pawn?
Okay, but I can win this pawn. How does that work? I thought you were gonna go here to make a pass.
No, at first I thought I was gonna... but
this makes more sense.
Okay, I go here.
Right?
Yes.
I like this.
Yes, the bishop in c8 keeps your king blocked.
Yeah.
Because before it was in d7, wasn't the king? Or he could have gone if you moved the bishop.
But now...
So when bishop b7 was played, king d7 should have been played by black.
Perhaps, but I think it's still a draw. Bishop g3. This might be the only way to draw this. Like one of these bishop moves.
Okay, king b3.
And then you push this. I take, and I'm just in time to cover everything. And even if I lose this pawn,
no,
I can draw because of my king just... this is on the same line, right? So
yeah,
I can play like whatever, and then there's an easy draw because you'll never make progress here. Yeah, and I have a passer to boot.
No, but he can improve this line. So go back. I don't push the A pawn. I push the C. Okay, so I go king.
Do whatever you want.
1 second.
C5.
No, C5.
King B3. Okay.
King B3.
Takes.
C5.
King takes.
C5. No, C5.
C5. That makes sense.
I'm just trying something, but
yeah,
you can
trying
go.
to block my
you can go bishop D4, and then when I go king C4, you can play
Is that
B3.
too much? Isn't this a nice weighted route? Takes, and then here. Oh, is that too bad? Because the king is infiltrating first. Or should I play E5 here? Yeah, I have a pass pawn too, so you know.
No, bishop F5.
F5, and now I can, because the bishop is now busy. I can try
I
to.
bring my king to take your H6 pawn. No, Gauri, I don't think this is... Do you think this is a draw?
You take H6, but then I probably take all this in the meantime, right? So here, or here.
Okay,
what
let's
do you want
play.
me to do? Here?
Let's just play. King
Right.
C4.
Here?
King D5.
No, this is nothing.
Okay. Play. Play, please. Bishop E4.
You're eager to beat me here.
I am. One time in my life. Maybe I'll get away.
Okay, actually you're right. No.
Bishop E4, I said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to. I'm not gonna get
I
it.
am.
Yeah.
You have to be
you're
very
not just going for
cautious
this. You're also trying to get. You're just trying to promote
well,
these guys
I'm combining my ideas. Yes. You taught me that I shouldn't go for one idea only, right? Well,
Okay.
not me, but it was like a general
actually, yeah,
advice.
you're right. We found a way to, I guess we both kind of, but you're persistent in this idea. Is actually pretty good.
Well, the thing is, you're definitely right. Usually, a bishop stabs those pawns on the diagonal with like bishop d4 and just cover that a7 g1 diagonals, or just trying to.
You know what's
avoid
funny? Black should probably not take the pawn.
But then I go b5. Then you go bishop a5. So you need like a waiting move. So you have your only waiting move is king there. Wait. No. I can play king b3, king a4. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just showing the audience.
Oh, sorry. I was just
Somebody has to think about the
I was
audience.
very excited about.
Okay, so yeah, it's actually we found something. I wonder if Tariq will attempt this, but I think we should go back to the Eric game as well.
So I was just checking what games are left. Okay, board 9 is still on the board. Extra exchange. Yeah, board 1. These two are the main ones.
They're still okay. So Nikash officially won.
Yes, congratulations to Nikash.
Congratulations. And then we had 9.
9, yeah.
9. And the 9 was at 95 position.
Yeah.
And after 95, Bishop E6. We didn't consider that, but Knight F7 is a check. But why did? Wait. Okay. That's fine.
Eric's position is getting interesting. We should go back to it.
The one exchange. Wait. How does? Okay. Okay. One material. So black is losing here. Okay. And you wanted to look at Eric's game? Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. I got
And we have some more moves.
some more.
Okay. So we have.
Okay. So he got the knight versus the bishop, which he seems to enjoy.
Queen C3 is preventing Queen C5, which is nice. And now more trades are happening. And Queen and Knight usually makes a better pair than Queen and Bishop. Especially in this position, the Bishop is kind of locked away. So I'm waiting for Black to play F6. I think
but
this
he
has
played
to be
F5.
done.
That's why.
Oh, F5. Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay,
why
that's fair.
I thought.
That's
I
fair.
thought it was quite
It's fair.
because he's probably thinking he's gonna get E4 in, right? Otherwise,
it's
he
good.
just.
Yeah, with no time, especially, I think aggression is better. Like, you don't want to play F3.
But no, but this can get dangerous for white actually because it's gonna be black who's
exactly.
attacking. After
Exactly.
E4.
With no time for white, black should open the position and give more things for white to worry about. And that is exactly what's happening here. Bishop G6 is played. And now, okay. Position is still equal. So I think when black plays E4, white should have F4 ready.
Definitely.
Keep the position closed.
So should we play King
King
F2?
F2 is good.
I was
Yeah,
about
and
to
E4,
say.
F4. So yeah, white's just staying cool here. Wow, this is gonna be very interesting. It becomes a blitz game now.
Yes, that's what we predicted.
Yeah, we predicted
Good
the
job.
blitz game,
Good
yeah.
job, Gauri. You
Wow, on
knew
board
it.
1-2.
You knew it. And
Okay.
you know, before this game, like in the previous game, I think it was maybe the dad or someone who was close to Nikash who knew that him and Eric played in the past, and Eric
Yeah,
won.
Eric has won. Yes.
So now Nikash is guaranteed first place, like champion or co-champion.
We'll see. So
We'll see.
Hold on. So I'm calculating knight C4 here. Okay. So then E4, F4. If white wants to try to play for a win, I think that is interesting. But it's risky because there's like Queen H3 stuff.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because knight E5 is a very dominant piece.
Like when
Right.
H3, you go King G1,
King
right?
G1. Yeah, exactly. So if white wants to win the game, this is a
But
good
y-
attempt.
But you know, Gauri, I go Queen G4 in that position. Queen H3, King G1, Queen G4.
Okay.
Trying to infiltrate the other way around now that you're weak on the light squares.
I should be able to
Oh,
deal with that. Queen
D2.
D2. Yeah. But Queen F. Yeah, Queen D2. Queen F3, I have knight E5, right? At least.
I don't know because I have B3. Queen F3, knight
Yeah,
E5.
even this is fine, Sabina. I have
Queen-
Queen E1, Queen F2.
No, I was gonna go Queen E2.
Queen E2, sorry, excuse me. So, yeah, I shouldn't allow Queen E2. So, Queen D2 it is. This might happen. But white can stay put and make a couple of prep moves here, like King G2, right? Just chill. Or even like some pawn moves. Don't know. Put
Oh.
B4.
You know the other game?
Yeah, board number 6. Board number 6, yes, there we are.
They agreed on a
They agreed to a draw, even though we could have tried to win, right? Yes.
B4.
By the way, we were talking about that King D7 move, not allowing Bishop C8. So here, yeah, B4 and A4 was completely missed by Tariq.
He had to try it.
But he only had
as-
3 minutes.
That's true. It's kind of tough. to
But
plan.
there's no risk here, though. White's up a pawn.
Well, he's about to give one, so maybe he was just afraid to give it up and thinks that he doesn't have one. It's tough. It's definitely very tough in this
Sorry,
position.
White's up 2 pawns.
Oh, never mind. But
Yeah,
he's
so
giving
we can-
one.
Yeah, so White's up, at least up a pawn.
Yeah. An A4.
That was a good try.
It's,
He found a very practical
Because he
try.
found that idea with the bishop in C8, which is much better placed than C6, so he should have.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. Okay, board one. This is our main focus.
Is this the last game?
It's the last game.
And then there's one more. It's 9, right? So we
No,
have 9.
that's over. I think white won.
Oh, wait. Okay,
Yeah.
black versus. So only one game left.
One game left, the most important game of the tournament, because
Okay.
it could make Eric a co-champion with Nikash, or it could make Nikash the sole champion.
Someone says in the chat, it pains me to realize there are middle schoolers who can beat me blindfolded. Yeah, that's the truth. Chess is an ageless game. You know, everyone can be good. It's not about the age. It's about how many hours you practiced, right?
How much time you spend.
yeah,
If you do the right thing, you know,
Yes,
not just play,
absolutely,
but try
absolutely.
to improve.
Okay. And
Wait, they made some more moves. Let's catch up.
yep, boom. Not like that. Here, here. Oh, so we do have that position with
No,
knight
we-
c4. He was trying to force that position.
To-
But black plays queen h3 first, attacking the pawn. King g1 defending. e4, complicating the game, which is kind of what black wants to do here. Although now the time is kind of equalizing. f4. I like black's position here, but queen g4. Wait, did this transpose now? It transposed.
You're supposed to what we saw.
We saw, and queen d2 is what we calculated, and queen d2 was not played. He played knight e3, but doesn't that allow queen
Too
e2, which looks really
scary.
annoying. And on the board, position is dead equal according to the engine. Time is low for
Does he
white.
have to play a 5?
Position looks annoying for white as well. Yeah, I don't like what white's done with the place. Right?
Me neither.
The queen is. This looks very. Yeah.
Oh,
comfortable.
I was
Knight
about
f1.
to
Okay,
say
that's,
knight
that's
g2,
the
but-
one way, but it's just I don't see where it's going from here.
Queen d2. He wants to trade queens.
Queen 2.
But you know that's gonna allow e3.
Bishop h5. Okay. So queen d.
Well, now queen d2. Oh
Yeah, queen d2 is possible now.
no, because I trade an e3.
No, e3 is fine. I go knight c3. I win.
Knight where?
Knight c4. Pawn is gone. Right?
Yeah. Well, I have e2, but yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah, it will be gone.
That's cooked.
It will be
It'll
gone.
be gone. Only matter of time.
Yeah.
before it's
Just
lost. This is a
read out
nightmare
the knight.
for black, no
For
pun
black.
intended.
Queen d2. Queen g4.
Wait, this is kind of what he wanted. Now if you go here, we can checkmate the queen with queen f2.
Okay.
I made this up term.
Yeah.
Checkmate the queen. So if the queens gets traded, white's in the driver's seat because the knight's better here because the center is still kind of weird. Mm-hmm. And these pawns are frozen.
On the light
And
square.
the pawn
which-
structure is a little vulnerable. So all these things combined makes white's position more comfortable to play. So nice move by let me refresh that. Yeah, we have a couple more moves, queen f3 and checkmate of the queen on the
it
board.
happened.
Yes.
Okay,
and
so
now white is winning. Because the
Big
queens are
chances.
traded.
both players are getting really long time.
And you know the problem is?
Mm-hmm.
At some point this b7 pawn is gonna get targeted. E4 pawn is gonna get targeted, maybe at the same time, simultaneously. And I don't even think the king can. Does the king even come on time? Because I don't think so, right? Takes. Knight, so takes here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Takes to the bishop, I guess, right? Or
Yeah, and then are we just getting here faster?
I think so.
Wow. So the queen gets checkmated and then the whole game gets checkmated, I guess, after this. So this queen f3 was a blunder by Isaac because we should have done everything in his power to keep the queens on the board. I think he missed the idea. So now after queen f3
He definitely needs to trade. if
takes
he
knight
wants-
c4.
Maybe there's bishop d1. Maybe you go king f2 first, or
Yeah, king f2 is fine too, but then yeah, eventually it's all gonna lead to. I like this move, but bishop d1, and then how does that harm us? c3. Did we just go knight here and allow e3 or not? I think we can. Can afford it, right?
you can come back.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
Unless there's some miraculous
King
active
f5. King f5.
King f5, king f1 though. Maybe king e6. And
Knight
here.
c5. You're losing way too many pawns.
You think so, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we are in time. We can always go here, so. Yeah, so it looks unfortunate. Tables have turned. The tables
Well,
were even.
black never really had the advantage. It was
Yeah, e2 always king f2. Right? So the king is so close, the pawn is never gonna go anywhere at Phoenix. Yeah. Hello. Okay. I see some familiar usernames in the chat. Hello. All right, so wow. So the question now is, so white didn't go for that knight c4, knight d6. Instead, white plays solid with king e3. Good choice.
I think that.
Because knight d2 is a fork, yeah? Yeah, that's a fork.
It makes more sense to take that pawn. Like, it's safer you avoid calculation.
Yeah, you don't want to allow active king.
Because they are very long time, so they don't really have time to
Yeah,
calculate.
10-second delay, right? Wow, what a grind by Eric Liu. What a grind. So, king here and king here, knight here coming next moves. And there's no way to hold on to this pawn. You can go here, and then I go here, 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 and then bishop here. And the problem is, I think there's b4 here, Sabina. No, I thought b4, c4 check was good. Maybe there's c5? Is that the reason why it's
c4?
Yeah.
King c6.
And why is this move given
c5?
given as yeah, counterplay, right?
Yeah, and this c4, king c6.
Okay, I can't play before. Maybe the idea to win is to first
What is black's next move?
maybe g4 is the winning move actually. Or is it h4? G4.
I like g4 because I stop some moves, some tempo moves for black.
I think h4 is the move, Sabina.
H? You kind of block
h4,
it.
h5, then c4, and then we take. And then if you end game, there's this weird move here. I think this spins. Am I going crazy? Or f5?
f5 first.
And then we go g4, takes h5, and then we go f6.
Yes, that's nice.
That's winning. But do we even need that? Can I try it right now? Is that too much? Can we try this?
But then you don't have that way of improving. You have to win maybe king f5, g6, right? You're winning faster.
I queen first, I think, right?
No,
queen first.
that might be a draw.
Yeah, but I queen first.
Yeah, but you probably should have something better.
Yeah, this is maybe too drawish, so we don't really allow that. That's why we want an extra tempo somehow.
Yeah, but that thing with h5 wins some tempo.
We want to go with h4, but can we just go f5 here and win? g4. Oh yeah, because our king is gonna catch the pawns too, right? We can just go here now.
c4, king c5?
c4, just leave it.
Sure.
h4. Okay, so these pawns are much slower because this one pawn is freezing the other pawns. So technically, if white wanted to just play the normal move c4, you can. But let's go to the current position because we've kind of strayed far from the game. The position looks like black instead of playing bishop g2 and holding onto the pawn, black went for some other way, but I don't think that's good.
But that attracted c4 anyways.
Also, can you take and go knight c5 now, or is that too
I think
risque?
he's just trying to avoid to trade too many pawns. He did it in the previous
C4 anyway,
game, and
yeah.
it didn't really help him out.
So you just lost a crucial tempo, right? Knight f1 is very interesting. It wasn't needed. Even king e3 was fine. But knight f1 is interesting. Maybe he wants to prevent some ideas. There's a fork here. Knight f1 is really good, I think.
You know what's black's next? What about bishop b3?
Where? There's no threat. f3 played. Check. Yeah, so white got a bunch of free moves here, I think, right?
So do you go knight c2 now?
Okay.
Why didn't you go knight c2?
I think it's fine. c5, right? We have a...
But now you need to
Port.
keep your knight in e3. Oh, so he wants to bring the king to d4 now. Okay, that's...
And then how do you win after that? Then you bring the knight to f2.
Not through there, maybe to d2.
Oh, sorry, not there. Yeah.
Knight f1,
here,
d2. Depends where black's bishop is going to be.
h5.
Should we go
sense.
h4 here?
h3. Is there a chance that white might accidentally draw this?
I don't like h3. I would have played h4. I think it works. Because
By
we
the way,
have a clear
after
plan.
king d4, can we go for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best plan, right?
Yeah, just bring the king there.
Okay. Yeah, there's multiple ways for Eric to try to win this game. Going after the e pawn or going after the the b7 pawn. Maybe some other pawns too. We'll see according to the position.
Okay, but they have to rush because they really
Sorry, I
are
didn't
playing
play
on
that.
10 seconds
By the way,
delay.
White could push this all the way here if need be. I don't think it's necessary because that leaves more openness. So I think this is happening now.
Yes.
So let's see. Let me refresh that for a second. King g3. Okay, so actually White played for g4.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, he's going this way.
Okay, that's fine too. The knight is just keeping the fortress on the queen side.
What a beautiful knight. It blocks the pawn.
And black's bishop
Controls
does
the bishop.
nothing.
It protects this pawn. How many things do you want one knight to do, right? The knights are the best blockader of a passed pawn, proven in this game because it does blocking and it does a lot of other stuff too. King g5 is coming to do this, and then after this, now we're gonna get this square. So the king is
Gonna
kind
go
of
to c7.
Yeah, wow.
This was a very nice game.
And that's not the only
They're
thing.
so
Yeah.
equal.
Even if the king doesn't go to c7, now after king e5, king e7, there's probably some knight checks and stuff, right? And even the king can go back to d4 to collect the pawn if need be. The current position is bishop b1. I'm assuming king here, knight f5 check.
What about g5? Would that work? Or maybe you don't want to push the g pawn?
But knight f5 check, and then king d4, then knight g3, and take the pawn. I think that's the easiest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Go
go
into
here
the
just to
king
come
and
back
pawn.
here and then win the pawn like this. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. That's how you go to the current position. You click on moves. Okay. Yeah, knight f5. And king d4, knight is
d4.
going to come here. Oh, I think they played a bunch of moves in quick succession.
Well, they're playing super
Yeah,
fast.
because there's only 30 seconds for each person with a 10-second delay. So we're seeing like,
yeah, we're gonna
moves
see a lot
played
of
like
moves now.
really, really quickly. But unfortunately, because it's bishop, all the 32 squares are gone for black. You know, black only has control over 32 squares. The other 32 are done for, but white has access to all 64 because of the knight's dual power. She don't know why king. Yeah, I guess the point is just to push this pawn.
I'm just checking if the standings were updated, but not yet. There might still be games.
Wow, what a game! What a marathon game! Yeah, I think. Yeah, he resigned. Isaac resigned. 1-0 on the board.
So we have co-champions in this National Middle School Championship. Congratulations to both Eric Liu and Nikash Vemparala.
Absolutely.
This game was a bit shaky. It was kind of... it wasn't
It was
clear
close
what was
one.
going to happen.
Nikash won pretty comfortably.
It was a very nice positional
Nice game. But both players won on demand.
And they
here.
drew each other, so...
They drew each other. Yeah, wow. So deserved co-champions indeed. And so those are the results for... Top results for the championship section. Do we have any updates on the standings for the
No.
other sections?
No, we do not have. I was looking and there's no...
But we can kind of look at it predicted from...
Yeah, so can you go...
So yeah, let's look at... So in the under 1700 section, we had Omer...
We had 5
Several
players.
people, but okay, so let's check that.
And we only have 2
so
of the game, so we don't
Vidun
know.
Ganeshan won the game against
Okay, so
Omer.
Vidun
So Vidun is a co-champion for sure. And then Tanya drew, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think she was doing kind of okay, and then did she offer a draw? Yeah, there was a draw offer from
from black
Yeah.
probably, and she could have
That's another
Wait,
draw for yeah.
Maybe
It's
they were
another
trying
all
to
or
leave
nothing.
early or something.
So it's a draw. So nothing. So we're doing this for sure, and then we don't have any information from the other games, right?
No,
Okay.
we do not.
Cool. And then
under 1400, we also don't have it.
under 1400, I know. Aryansh won the game. So Aryansh,
yeah.
congratulations for.
No.
Sorry.
No, that's
Aryansh,
not.
that was the other
this-
section. Sorry. What was the Aryansh game again?
No, this is Angelica against Charlene. Can
Okay.
you find
Do we have that game?
What
Let's
happened?
see. Yeah. So
Who
they
won?
drew. They drew.
Ooh, so we're gonna have quite a bit of co-champions because they are on 6 points, and
Ah,
probably
okay.
someone with 5 has
Got it.
caught up. But they're co-champions for
Yes.
sure. Those two.
What section is Aryansh and Olga Pearson? Yeah, I saw it under 1400. I just saw it. Was it the other one under 1100? Yeah, 1100. Excuse me.
Yes.
1100. And
So what happened in that game?
Aryansh won against Olga.
Yeah, but we had also 4 players.
4
so we
players.
don't
Okay,
know
so we
the
can't.
other-
We don't really know because
don't know.
we don't have access to all the information. But congrats to Aryansh for becoming co-champion.
We do know for under 700.
Oh, we do?
We can
Okay.
actually show the
Sure,
standings.
we can show. Okay.
Maybe you can show the standings.
Mm-hmm.
So we know for the unrated who won. It was Isaac Kim,
Okay.
who
with a
scored 7
perfect
out of
score.
7. Congratulations. It's pretty impressive from Georgia. There were quite a lot of players from Georgia I see in this section.
And the under 700 section, we have results.
2 players with 7 out of 7. All right. Boyd Solomon and Kieran Martin. That's pretty
Congrats to both of them.
impressive.
Absolutely.
7 points.
And we still have a rating on the results for the other ones. And we have actually under 1100 already updated too.
Okay.
So congrats
All right.
to Tianyue Ma and Aryansh Tripathi for co-champions in the 1100 section.
From Maryland and Missouri.
Okay. And we don't have results for... Do we have results for... No, not this
No,
one.
under 1400 somehow it doesn't show.
And under 700, no, we don't. Okay, but we know who won the championship in the K through 8, the main section. Eric and Nikash. So, okay, should we wrap up the commentary then, Sabina?
Yeah, so wonderful to be here with you, Gauri, once again, doing commentary for this event. Thank you to US Chess for organizing it. For the parents who brought their kids here, for the tournament directors who make sure that the tournament is
Absolutely,
happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of volunteers that help for these events, to make these events possible. So we want to thank them too. Today is also Mother's Day, so we want to once again wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. Hopefully you had a good day, and if you were here with your kids, that's wonderful.
That's
Hopefully they brought you, some happiness, some nice results. As for us, the next event that US Chess is going to cover on our Twitch page is gonna be the Pan American Championships, which will take place in July, mid-July. I think they start on 17th. So be sure to follow US Chess Twitch page so that you stay notified exactly when we go live. Both Gauri and myself will actually be doing commentary for that event, and we might have commentary in Spanish as well. So there's gonna be
cool.
a separate.
And we're going to try to
commentary.
get to YouTube as well.
We're gonna try to be on YouTube as well. As always, we appreciate you being here. We hope you have safe returns. Congratulations to all the winners once
Yes.
again, and see you next time.
All right, thank you guys. Take care, everybody.
Bye.